is behind you. How does that help you defensively?
You can stay home. You can allow him to play one-on-one versus a guard versus a big, and you can stay home and be able to box out and get rebounds because he's that good.
It's quite a 1-2 punch, man. Congrats on the win. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, David Aldridge, Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is...
Yeah, that sounds great. Hey, what's up? Sheesh. All right, here we go. Let's see what we got. All right, here we go. All right, we'll leave it right there. Motherfucking 2K. Been a minute. Let's see if I can even play this shit still. Damn. That shit hot. Hey. Alright. That shit was hot though. The mic. Yeah. The mic say it's good, man. I'm gonna leave it like that. Fuck it. Oh yeah, let me check this other shit real quick. I gotta add these things real quick. Hold up, give me 1 second. Hey, hold up. Right here. There we go. I don't even know what we're gonna watch today. Oh shit, hold on. The game about to start. Turn this shit down. Puff Daddy getting in trouble. Hey. Good pass. Puff Daddy going down. They ain't ever think Puff Daddy was going down. Puff Daddy said, I'm finna prove y'all wrong. There we go. That wasn't a bad shot. Man, double screen. The Joker. The Joker is too good. Alright, let's see if that works. Actually, that looks a little better. Uh-oh. Oh, he got it. Throw it up. He throws the lob. Throws it down. Had to say, appreciate that. Oh, I blew past him. Oh, look at that. My dude can't make no layups, though. Let's see if that shit help. I mean, why not, right? Damn, I just walked out of bounds. Alright, here we go. I gotta get the ball back. I was about to say, I can get that rebound. Wow, I was about to say, I need to make a slasher. I definitely need to make a slasher. My dude can't dunk on nobody. Man, he got hit. That was too easy. He got hit with the. He got hit with something. All right, let's see if that helps. That probably is the problem right there. Maybe. It could be the problem, huh? That could have been the problem the whole time. Man, what if that was the problem the whole time? We will find out shortly, though. That threshold, yeah. Leave it right there. Bucket. Hopefully, it's not too bad. I'll check it out later, though. Damn. Yeah. Alright, here we go. What else do we got, bro? Alright, let's see. What they talking about on this shit? Oh, it's a debate.
with the fentanyl.
Alright, hold on. Let's see. Damn, why he just run past me like that? I was about to say, I know he ain't making that. They can't stop him. This shit's kind of crazy, you know, I ain't gonna lie. Alright, let me see. Hold on, let me turn that off real quick.
Crisis, the 10 cities. The homelessness problem in America keeps getting worse. With the fentanyl crisis, the 10 cities, and rampant crime, over 650,000 Americans now live on the streets. And it's not much better when you go one rung up the economic ladder. The majority of working Americans are stuck in meaningless jobs, slaving away in office cubicles just for the thinnest of safety nets. Or they're part of the new gig economy, where one injury a bad month can drop you into a pit of destitution. With rents skyrocketing, corporate greed at an all-time high, and the homeless population exploding, America is reaching a breaking point. Will the death of the homelessness problem in America keeps getting worse. With the fentanyl crisis, the 10 cities, and rampant crime, over 650,000 Americans now live on the streets. And it's not much better when you go one rung up the economic ladder. The majority of working Americans are stuck in meaningless jobs, slaving away in office cubicles just for the thinnest of safety nets. Or they're part of the new gig economy, where one injury a bad month can drop you into a pit of destitution. With rents skyrocketing, corporate greed at an all-time high, and the homeless population exploding, America is reaching a breaking point. Will the death of the 9-to-5 work week change anything? Or is the gig economy going to be even worse for people? Well, let's unmask who's profiting from the crisis and how they exploit the suffering of others. You see, in America, the middle class is dying, and it has been for some time now. Over the past few decades, millions of people have been cut off from ever being able to buy a house. For most, the means to move up in society are locked behind tuition fees, and even an education no longer guarantees a high-paying job. Meanwhile, massive rents have kept anyone who isn't filthy rich from being able to afford a deposit. Wages stagnate while house prices have kept on rising. This process has accelerated recently. A 2023 survey found that 78% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck, 6% more than last year. Soon, there won't be any middle-class people left. So what's the world like for that 78%? Well, the outlook doesn't look great. There's no time in history where jobs have been as meaningless as they are today. Working workers aren't measured in productivity or any real metric. Instead, it's the comparative dedication to the corporation that matters. You could suck at your job, but if you regularly give up more of your life than your co-workers, it doesn't matter. You're still more likely to get the promotion. It's a byproduct of the outdated 9-to-5 system that nearly all big companies still use. People's time matters more than what they actually do. So long as you look busy, you're free to watch your life go by. And people only work these soul-crushing jobs because there's no other alternative. They only give the bare minimum in benefits and safeguards. You need it to afford health insurance, even though they'll still try and cheat you out of your life savings anyway. Lots of people could easily afford a mortgage, especially when rent is so much more expensive. But the massive deposits in the credit rating system makes millions of potential homeowners ineligible. The most pressing incentive, though, is that if you don't work one of these jobs, then you'll fall through the cracks. All of these Americans living paycheck to paycheck are just 1 or 2 emergencies away from bankruptcy. If anything happens, they'll be out on the streets, where a whole new world of pitfalls await them. It's this existential dread that is keeping the system running, but as we'll see, more and more different exploitative practices are slowly squeezing people out. Every state has its portion of homeless people, but California has the dishonor of being responsible for the most, with this homeless population currently reaching 181,000 people. That's nearly 30% of the entire homeless population in America.
Homelessness in California has been a big ongoing problem.
The complex and growing problem of homelessness has now become a political football.
But California is really in, I think, really terrible shape. The problems with homelessness, the problems with poverty, the problems with the schools.
So how did a state with one of the highest average incomes become the one with the biggest homelessness issue? And why is it only seemingly getting worse? You see, when people think of California, they think of sunny days, pleasant temperatures, a plethora of good jobs, culture, beaches, and open space. Big single-family family homes with lawns and maybe a pool. It's an image that's long been thought of as the Californian dream. It's the perfect place in America that people from abroad see. But unfortunately, much of this dream is an illusion. Now, the state does undoubtedly have one of the biggest economies in the world. All the money is here, and all the job opportunities. But with this means the cost of living is also insanely high. So if you lose your job, you're definitely not going to be able to afford your rent. Even working class families with multiple streams of income are dangerously close to losing their homes. All it would take is one poorly timed disaster and they'd all be out in the street. Unfortunately, this has been the case for quite a few families, specifically those who get into medical debt after a birth or an expensive surgery that their insurance wouldn't cover. Once people end up on the street, it's very tough to get off of it. Many of those who end up on the streets are pretty traumatized and suffering from mental illnesses, which are only worsened by their living conditions and stress. Many can't even cope with homelessness, often turning to drugs or alcohol to escape these bleak realities. Unfortunately, this usually leads to fatal overdoses.
80% of the deaths to date in 2023, overdose deaths, are now caused by fentanyl.
Last year alone, there were 806 drug overdose deaths just reported in San Francisco alone, and it's been estimated that almost all of them were fentanyl related. Unfortunately for homeless Californians, it's even more difficult to find shelter. The state has very little in regard to shelter and services for the homeless, but that's not for the lack of trying. In 2023, San Francisco shelters have capacity for 3,240 people. That didn't even cover half of those who were living on the streets. Since 2020, the wealth of the top 5 billionaires has more than doubled, contrasting starkly with the struggles of 5 billion others worldwide, where homelessness has surged amid profound inequality. Oxfam International exposed this gap as world elites gathered at the World Economic Forum in Davos earlier this year, an event often seen as symbolizing the dominance of global capital over key institutions. I came across this article from Common Dream talking about Oxfam's report and used Ground News to see how other outlets covered it. Ground News found 240 articles, including the report itself. This one highlights how billionaires like Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk contribute to what Oxfam describes as an inequality crisis. And this article reporting on the decade of division is from the Washington Post, and as you can see, it's owned by Jeff Bezos. The Ground News Bias Insight actually shows me that 9% of these articles are from sources owned by individual millionaires and billionaires. If you don't already know today's sponsor, Ground News does a really great job at making news completely transparent. Their app and website gathers related news articles from around the world on any topic with context like a source's political leaning, reliability, and
that was a good way to sneak in an ad, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Them from getting any real help. It's part of the reason why so many homeless people come to San Francisco or other large cities with similar problems. With so many people on the streets, open-air drug markets begin to form.
So culturally, San Francisco has been very tolerant of drug use since the 19th century. It had opium dens that it was the last to shut down of anybody in the 19th century. Occupy brought a lot of tents into the homeless community.
Interesting.
In 2011, I mean, I remember around in Oakland, where I was working at the time, there were all these Occupy tents in front of the city center, and the same thing in San Francisco. And then after Occupy ended, the activists, the anarchist activists, just gave the tents to the homeless. And you know, it seems like a nice thing to do, right? Like, here you have a tent to stay in. It seems like the compassionate thing to do, but then it basically just grew out of control. And so
San Francisco, like lots of other cities, has given up on trying to completely solve the problem. Instead, now they just contain it, with certain parts of the city getting informally designated as the ghetto, where all the homeless people are allowed to exist. You can walk just 2 blocks in some parts of the city and you see both towering skyscrapers as well as abject poverty. In these ghetto areas, drug dealing is ignored by authorities and the neighborhood becomes a 24/7 drug market. Any homeless people trying to leave and sleep elsewhere in the city get moved straight back into the ghetto. It's all about containing the problem rather than actually solving it. In this environment, stronger and stronger fentanyl keeps people hooked far more effectively than heroin ever did. It also kills them far more quickly. But the city and the gangs don't care. Harder drugs and more homeless people to become victims are what's driving the increased fatalities. Some organizations like Urban Alchemy have attempted to rectify the situation by creating tent villages inspired by the communities that began popping up around San Francisco. These villages are constantly filled and are supposed to act as a step between the streets and permanent housing. Unfortunately, only about 2% have made the transition. While some of that is because of those living in the village have become used to their way of life, the biggest reason is that California doesn't currently have the facilities to provide the homeless with permanent housing. Dead bodies on the streets piling up in these giant cities across America. But there are other measures the city takes to keep the problem isolated. If you live in a city, you'll probably recognize these techniques going on where you live as well. Cities put divides on the benches so nobody can sleep on them. Shops will have iron spikes on the ground outside their windows, preventing anyone from taking shelter there overnight. They use all these same techniques that buildings use to stop pigeons making their nests, because this is how they really see these people. The state did begin work on several housing projects. However, the process of getting permission to build permanent rectify the situation.
He said this is how the states see these people, as pigeons.
By creating tent villages inspired by the communities that began popping up around San Francisco. These villages are constantly filled and are supposed to act as a step between the streets and permanent housing. Unfortunately, only about 2% have made the transition. While some of that is because of those living in the village have become used to their way of life, the biggest reason is that California doesn't currently have the facilities to provide the homeless with permanent housing. Dead bodies on the streets piling up in these giant cities across America, but there are other measures the city takes to keep the problem isolated. If you live in a city, you'll probably recognize these techniques going on where you live as well. Cities put divides on the benches so nobody can sleep on them. Shops will have iron spikes on the ground outside their windows, preventing anyone from taking shelter there overnight. They use all these same techniques that buildings use to stop pigeons making their nests, because this is how they really see these people. The state did begin work on several housing projects. However, the process of getting permission to build permanent housing is far more complicated than it needs to be. It doesn't help that those who have managed to achieve the California dream are unwilling to share it or sacrifice a portion of it for the sake of a few people. Take Adderall, the small Silicon Valley town just a few minutes away from Stanford, for example. In 2022, to keep up with the demand for housing, the city council began the process of turning a single family plot into a desperately needed 16-unit apartment building. Unfortunately, the project was axed. Was it a lack of money? Unwillingness? General apathy? No, it was actually just a bunch of influential people who didn't want to lose their views or see the value of their properties drop. The not in my backyard mentality forced city planners back to the drawing board due to these powerful Silicon Valley tech elites being able to lobby for the homeless to stay on the streets. Atherton was not the only area where this was happening. Even in less high-profile areas, residents will fight tooth and nail to keep the homeless out of their backyard. In the same year, the Woodside city government briefly prevented any affordable housing development by conveniently declaring itself a mountain lion sanctuary when a new law was passed that allowed the creation of duplexes across the state. Fortunately, the Department of Housing and Community Development didn't trust the scheme, and after a quick investigation, accused the town of, quote, deliberately attempting to shut off the supply of new housing opportunities. It was backed by the Department of Fish and Wildlife, who pointed out that it was impossible for the entire town to be considered a cougar habitat, and the Woodside government relented. Across the country, there are places like this looking for any way possible to prevent affordable housing. People hear about the drugs and the rampant crime and the poverty, and they form prejudices based on it. Maybe it adds to things they already thought about people lower down on the ladder, or maybe it makes them scared for their own community. The strict zoning laws are a byproduct of these caricatures. The news reports the worst of the crisis, and people watching at home think that's what awaits their town if they give in to progress. The top 20% are being convinced to support practices which enrich the top 1% at the expense of the rest of the country. What they don't know is that tons of the homeless people in the big cities moved there from these places after being forced out of their hometowns. Rising costs take away their means to survive, and so they were left with nothing. Drugs offered a momentary escape, and that addiction brought them to the cities and the tent shanty towns. We won't see the rest of the country looking like San Francisco, but just the perceived threat of it is what drives the problem to begin with. More homeless shelters isn't the solution for the root of the problem, it only treats the symptoms. All of these cities with large homeless populations are like leaking ships, slowly filling up with water. It doesn't matter how you deal with the water flooding in if you never seal the crack in the first place. The immense increasing pressure on regular people trying to make a living is what causes homelessness. Rising house prices, rents, and the unbearable cost of living is what creates the problems. When people's lives become unbearable because of these pressures, they turn to drugs like fentanyl and just give up. The key is in prevention, not just treatment. The way that the rich safeguard their views of the skyline by sabotaging the building of more houses is a huge part of the problem. It's saddening to see just how far some people will go to maintain their luxuries while cheating people need out of basic needs like housing or security. They will claim they want the problem to be solved. They just don't want the solution to affect their lives in any way. And the residents of Jackson Hole are a prime example of this. Jackson Hole is a small town in Teton County, spanning 2.9 square miles. This would be insignificant speck of land surprisingly has the highest concentration of wealth per household in the entire country, and draws wealthy to it like a moth to a flame. Yet even here, people are struggling to find places to live, and it's not because they aren't earning enough. You see, there's no shortage of work in Jackson Hole, and everyone earns at least $20 an hour or more, but this still isn't a livable wage in a place like Teton County. People in the working class can't afford rent, and if their employees don't provide housing, they're forced to live in one of the few shelters in town.
Well, you can't stay in the employee housing if you don't work the hours we tell you to work, and they basically made me homeless.
And whilst this might work for singles, there are no spaces for unhoused families, meaning they either have to pay a ridiculous amount of rent or live on the street. Recognizing this was an issue, the Jackson Town Council began development for a 48-unit housing project that would be placed near the town's rodeo and fairgrounds. However, the residents of Jackson Hole were not pleased. They immediately began protesting the project, with many claiming that the area designated for the project was part of a piece of their heritage. One resident claimed that the housing problem would never be fixed and that this housing isn't what the town needs.
So the town of Jackson is trying to move the rodeo and fairgrounds out of the heart of Jackson, and we cannot let that happen, and we need your help.
Despite these protests, development on the project has begun, and some are worried that once the project is complete, the building will be converted into luxury apartments, but they've been assured this won't happen. This not in my backyard mentality doesn't affect everyone. There are definitely people who care about the homelessness crisis and do everything they can to help. Unfortunately, their good work is usually overshadowed by lobbyist groups and organizations who are more than willing to profit off of the vulnerable, even if it means leaving them without a home. It's a sad fact that the regular 9-to-5 jobs just isn't enough to survive anymore. The gig economy is making people more and more insecure in their position in life. Rising rents and cost of living have outpaced wage growth for years. People need a new way to work and live, and that's why people are turning to gig work in the first place. You can supplement your income or give up your job entirely. One benefit of this is that you're actually paid for your work rather than just your hours. The mind-numbing bureaucracy and useless pretending of regular jobs isn't there with gig work. It definitely isn't a solution. Gig workers are even less protected than employees. They're responsible for the upkeep of their vehicles or their own office space. They don't get health insurance or sick pay or anything like that. The gaping pit of homelessness is even closer and easier to fall into, especially as many of these people in the gig economy don't actually make that much more. The route out of this crisis isn't giving more power to corporations and the tech industry. We need real reform for employees and enough pay to survive, not just a riskier, more exploitative alternative that might pay better if you're lucky. In cities like New York, where rent is rising exponentially, while people's incomes barely move, people are forced to look for cheaper housing options if they want to stay off the streets. The cheapest option available is trailer parks, or let's rather use the rebranded name manufactured housing communities. These homes were inexpensive and gave people the security of having a place to stay when the only other option was a shelter. They were still paying rent on the land, but at least they owned their home, even if they were dealing with bad credits.
Homeowners at this Largo over 55 manufactured community tell us that their lot rent could skyrocket too.
Unfortunately, people are always finding new ways to make money, and big corporations have decided that these poor communities, just barely managing to keep themselves off of the street, are the perfect place to make a few extra bucks. Impact communities and Haven Park communities began buying the land, housing these communities, and immediately raising the rent higher than some could afford. People who once felt the security of owning their own homes were no longer safe from homelessness, and those who were renting the land and their homes were even worse off. The corporations showed very little empathy for these people who live on their land, and have no problem evicting those who don't follow their guidelines. They take advantage of these vulnerable communities without any remorse, and are often favored by the law in these situations. Consider rent-to-own deals. They're just one way that corporations are profiting off the decline. Corporate landlords will do anything to make more money, which means there's gonna be a lot more casualties along the way. More people get squeezed out of their old lives and into homelessness. Life takes its toll and people try to find an escape. Every rent increase or house bought by a corporation makes life a little bit harsher. You can see why more people become homeless every day under these conditions. They simply let go. But for some, this awful situation isn't a societal issue to deal with. It's an opportunity to make money. So let's explore some of the awful ways people profit off the symptom of society's sickness. There would be money in building affordable housing. There's obviously enough demand for it. But unfortunately, that's not the quickest, easiest, or the most profitable way to do it. Instead, it's much easier to take ownership of what is out there and squeeze it for more money. So let's see how just a few companies are doing this. A business like Haven Park Communities will approach residents who are renting both their homes and the land beneath their homes and offer them a deal. They can pay a new amount each month for a specific period, after which they will own their homes and only have to rent the land. Most residents will take the deal because these amounts are often cheaper, and why wouldn't they want to own their own home? After a few months of paying their new amount, the residents receive a notice informing them that their lease will not be renewed and that they have a few months to find a new place to live. It's absolutely heartless. It happens far too often in manufactured housing communities. Impact is even worse. While Haven Park Communities at least improves the infrastructure of the communities it purchases, Impact will sell desperate people trailers covered in black mold for more than their worth and tell them that there's nothing wrong with them, and they get off without any consequences while their customers are left to suffer.
The trailer that I was in was full of black mold. The furnace would come on, it was like I was strangling, I couldn't breathe. And the more I investigated it, the more I found out what was wrong with the trailer.
Frank Rolfe, the owner of one of these mobile home businesses and the entrepreneur who has become the face of the industry with his university for potential mobile home park investors, wasn't afraid to say what everyone knows to be true about this industry. Quote, one of the big drivers to making money is the ability to increase the rent. If we didn't have them hostage, if they weren't stuck in these homes in their mobile home lots, it would be a whole different picture. And the use of the word hostage is very telling of the way these corporations view their customers and how poor they're willing to treat them to get what they want. Rolfe doesn't seem to care that the communities he buys can't afford the rent he's charging them, and he even seems to enjoy that his customers can't afford to move their houses, or rather, he sees it as yet another business opportunity.
So if you take the standard mobile home lot rent in 1960, it was about $60 a month. And in today's dollars, that would be equivalent to $500 per month.
That's crazy.
Yet our average lot rent in the U.S. is only running about $280 a month. So there's massive room to increase the rents, and obviously that's a huge driver from a profitability standpoint.
Now, he either fundamentally misunderstands the situation, stating that those who are unhappy can sell their homes, walk off and abandon them, or he's happily making a fortune by taking advantage of those who basically have nothing left to their name. So then what happens to these people whose homes are essentially stolen from them? Well, they're thrown into a system that seems more concerned with keeping millionaires' pockets filled than providing the homeless with a bed. So they're not tackling the root of the problem at all, really. Clamping down on these practices would have a direct effect on keeping homelessness down. Less people would be forced out of their homes, and therefore less people would become homeless. But these are powerful companies pouring billions into the scheme of exploitation. So instead, lawmakers in cities throw their money at fantasy solutions that look good for campaigning but do very little to solve the actual problem. So let's delve into some examples of this. The American government awards multi-million-dollar contracts to various organizations every year in pursuit of fixing the homelessness issue. Unfortunately, while many of these organizations as employees are working themselves to the bone, making well below what is livable and doing everything they can to help, the CEOs and higher-ups aren't willing to make the same sacrifices. Take, for example, the Core Services Group. Since Jack Brown began running the nonprofit in 2017, it has become one of the highest paid shelter operators in New York City, with the government having invested $352 million into its operations. And the fact that Brown was involved in an early 2000s Albany bribery scandal and accused of fraud by a former employee at Correctional Services did very little to deter New York City officials from giving him taxpayers' money. Under Brown's leadership, Core seems to be doing exactly what it has been contracted to, and providing the homeless with valuable services. However, people became suspicious of Brown's business ventures. During this time with the organization, he started a security guard company, a maintenance company, a catering company, and 2 rental companies. Brown hired all of them to assist Core in their endeavors. But where on earth was he finding the revenue to run all of these businesses? Well, following an audit and investigation, it soon came to light that helping the homeless wasn't nearly as high up on Jack Brown's agenda as filling his own pockets. What a surprise. Not only was he earning $1 million a year through his bonus from the government and from what the nonprofit was paying his various companies, but he had hired members of his family, all of whom were earning high 6-figure salaries, and was granting his employees perks such as cars and gym memberships, which he reportedly spent over $460,000 on. And the worst part of all of this is that besides the nepotism and the fact that he was taking money from those who desperately needed it, his companies weren't even doing their jobs properly. The catering company provided shelter residents with rotten food, while the maintenance company allowed them to live with rats and mold. Even Brown's security company was useless. Guards would often sleep on the job or turn a blind eye where residents would do drugs or fights broke out. One of the residents who stayed at the largest Core shelter for over a year before eventually leaving in September of 2021, probably because living on the streets was actually safer, said that a lot of money was going into the shelter, but it wasn't going to the homeless. Because of the scandals that arose, the New York State government eventually cut ties with Core. However, the organization still had the gall to claim the city owed it $37 million, and that the mayor was using it as a scapegoat. Core's PR firm, Marathon Strategies, was trying to claim that Brown was paying himself a perfectly reasonable salary, as it lined up with what CEOs with similarly sized businesses were earning. But given the state of the shelters under Core, that wasn't going to fly.
They all agree and say they're not rushing into shelters like this. Dirty toilets, broken tiles, garbage-strewn facilities documented at the New Dawn Homeless Shelter in Harlem. A hard sell for outreach workers trying to convince them to enter city shelters.
And unfortunately, Core Services isn't the only organization willing to take advantage of homeless people. Help USA, another nonprofit founded by former Governor Andrew Cuomo, overseen by his sister Maria Cuomo, was tasked with providing services and low-income housing to the homeless, and yet it's doing the bare minimum. You see, this organization runs the Clark Thomas Mental Health Shelter, a 233-bed shelter for men based in New York. Residents are plagued by heat outages, sewage, and water main breaks because of rotten pipes, black mold, rotten food, prison-style beds, and issues with electrical wiring. The building the shelter is using was actually deemed a safety hazard in 2017, yet lined up with what CEOs with similarly sized businesses were running. But given the state of the shelters under core, that wasn't going to fly.
They all agree and say they're not rushing into shelters like this.
Like
Dirty
jail,
toilets,
man.
broken tiles, garbage-strewn facilities documented at the New Dawn homeless shelter in Harlem. A hard sell for outreach workers trying to convince them to enter city shelters.
Like,
the company was
I ain't
useless.
staying
Guards
here.
would often sleep on the job or turn a blind eye where residents would do drugs or fights broke out. One of the residents who stayed at the largest core shelter for over a year before eventually leaving in September of 2021, probably because living on the streets was actually safer, said that a lot of money was going into the shelter, but it wasn't going to the homeless. Because of the scandals that arose, the New York State government eventually cut ties with CORE. However, the organization still had the gall to claim the city owed it $37 million, and that the mayor was using it as a scapegoat. CORE's PR firm, Marathon Strategies, was trying to claim that Brown was paying himself a perfectly reasonable salary, as it lined up with what CEOs with similarly sized businesses were earning. But given the state of the shelters under CORE, that wasn't going to fly.
They all agree and say they're not rushing into shelters like this. Dirty toilets, broken tiles, garbage-strewn facilities documented at the New Dawn homeless shelter in Harlem. A hard sell for outreach workers trying to convince them to enter city shelters.
And unfortunately, CORE Services isn't the only organization willing to take advantage of homeless people. Help USA, another nonprofit founded by former Governor Andrew Cuomo, overseen by his sister Maria Cuomo, was tasked with providing services and low-income housing to the homeless, and yet it's doing the bare minimum. You see, this organization runs the Clark Thomas Mental Health Shelter, a 233-bed shelter for men based in New York. Residents are plagued by heat outages, sewage, and water main breaks because of rotten pipes, black mold, rotten food, prison-style beds, and issues with electrical wiring. The building the shelter is using was actually deemed a safety hazard in 2017, yet Help USA continues to use it. And the worst part was that when residents of the shelter spoke up about the harsh conditions in 2021, the staff punished them by taking away fans because they used too much energy, confiscating cell phone charges for sharing photos of the living conditions, and actually sending residents to isolation for no reason. These accusations were denied by the city's Department of Homeless Services and the Department of Social Services, and the non-profit stood by the safety of the shelter. Still, these declarations were difficult to believe when the residents continued to call for an investigation of the facility.
We get treated better. They get treated better than us. That's not fair. They treat you wrong like you're lower than nothing.
While it would be easy to blame the growing homelessness crisis on greedy CEOs who are willing to cut whatever corners necessary to make a quick buck, most of the time the issue is actually a lot more complicated, as some of the problems are caused by an unfortunate combination of poor management, bad incentives, and a lack of communication and collaboration between different organizations. The Los Angeles Homeless Services Authority distributes over $800 million between different nonprofits. It receives government funds, grants various organizations the money they need for different projects, and then determines the best course of action based on the success of those projects. Unfortunately, the way they run things is completely flawed. The LAHSA works with many organizations and has to keep track of each one with a system that makes it very difficult for the organizations to actually do anything. Every non-profit the authority partners with is contracted for a specific role and set of responsibilities, which causes quite a few problems, as each non-profit wants to protect its role and ensure that people working for it keep their jobs, meaning there's often disagreements over responsibilities with other non-profits, and the lack of direct communication between the non-profits doesn't really help. Because of the way this complicated bureaucratic system is set up, programs like Inside Safe, which was designed to get homeless people off of the street by offering them temporary residences and hotels, became far more complicated than they needed to be. They require the involvement of 10 non-profits, the police, hotel staff, and an oversight team. Not only does the constant trading of hands make it nearly impossible to provide an accurate assessment of the program's performance, but when something does go wrong, it becomes an endless case of that wasn't my job. Last year, the LAHSA spent over $40 million on administration alone. And cases like this become so much worse when you realize that the authority isn't the only organization that works like this, nor is it the central authority in Los Angeles. Different organizations handle different homelessness issues, and each has its own expenses, meaning that lots of this money is never actually going to the problem. It's just stuck in a bureaucratic pool. And it becomes shocking when you compare the US's homelessness problem to places in Europe like Finland, a significantly smaller country that manages to solve its own homelessness issues remarkably quickly. And once you see this, you start to wonder why this has been allowed to go on for so long in the richest country in the world. And the longer we wait for people to stand up and speak out on this issue, the ever more complicated this whole situation will become.
Alright, we're gonna switch to another video. My homeboy Ace is my old homie. Let's see what Ace has been getting up to. I mean, I already know a little bit, but let's watch this one.
Ajay Thakur, also known as Ace Rogers, the owner of a $4.5 million Lamborghini yacht in San Diego, was caught on video in a heated confrontation at a boat rental facility. The incident involved threats towards a dock worker and alleged indecent exposure. Thakur has a history of legal disputes, including a high-profile case involving a local pizzeria and ongoing lawsuits with other establishments.
He going in on everybody. Hold on, let me find this other one real quick. It's a little bit longer. Damn. All right, it should be right here. Here we go.
I didn't want to park in a...
What do a pizza lawsuit, public urination, and a Lambo yacht have in common? Apparently, this man.
I will kill you!
The man yelling calls himself Ace Rogers CEO.
AJ Thakur, Ace Rogers. But yeah, the old homie. But yeah, we're gonna get to that shit in a second. Hold on. Let me try to oh shit. Try and get 3 seconds. Oh shit, got him. Alright, let me yeah, shout out Spencer for doing the video. And but yeah, this is the homie Ace Rogers. We might watch a couple more interviews with Ace in it. But yeah, let's get started. Fuck it.
What do a pizza lawsuit, public urination, and a Lambo yacht have in common? Apparently, this man.
I will kill you!
The man yelling calls himself Ace Rogers CEO. He claims to be a multi-millionaire businessman in San Diego. This man talks about all of the good he does for his community. And he posts videos giving away Rolexes to employees. And he posts videos like this one throwing money up in the air so the valet guy can earn a large tip. But it's just a cover that he thinks gives him free license to act like a degenerate D-bag. San Diegans aren't surprised. They know this man terrorizes their city.
You think you're better than everybody else? Yes, sir.
After seeing this video, I did some research on this guy to see what I'd dig up, and I found more than I bargained for. He sued this mom and pop pizza shop over the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. He harassed bar employees at this tavern and peed on their floor. And he claims to have done a bunch of illegal stuff. He's like King Joffrey, Barney Gumble, and Jordan Belfort all rolled into one. I guess I shouldn't be surprised when the dude acts like this on a regular basis. And what he did at the end of this clip had the internet going crazy. The video itself caught everyone's attention, but what I saw in the comments led me to make this video. The guy's a clown. If you've been to La Jolla, you'll know who he is. Total D-bag that acts like he's untouchable. He drives his Lambo up and down La Jolla Boulevard, revving it all day, acting like he's some kind of alpha lion roaring. Pathetic. It seemed like
It's funny that they're like, if you've been to La Jolla, you know who he is. Ace is funny, no matter if you met him in Vegas, New York, or San Diego. He's a funny guy.
Local San Diego residents knew who this guy was and many shared their opinions. Dude stiffed me on a tip for a Christmas tree delivery once with Lambos parked in his driveway. A quick search on Reddit led me to this post in the San Diego subreddit from a year ago. I work in La Jolla and this guy always comes in, drives really expensive cars, tips ridiculously well, buys other people's meals, and recently saw him with a suitcase of probably $50K in cash just sitting at a table. He has 38,000 followers and his bio claims he's a pro gambler. His timeline is full of him claiming
our boy Ace, AJ Thakur. He got the internet going crazy right
in La Jolla, and this guy always comes in, drives really expensive cars, tips ridiculously well, buys other people's meals, and recently saw revving it all day, acting like he's some kind of alpha lion roaring. Pathetic. It seemed like local San Diego residents knew who this guy was and many shared their opinions. Dude stiffed me on a tip for a Christmas tree delivery once with Lambos parked in his driveway. A quick search on Reddit led me to this post in the San Diego subreddit from a year ago. I work in La Jolla and this guy always comes in, drives really expensive cars, tips ridiculously well, buys other people's meals, and recently saw him with a suitcase of probably $50K in cash just sitting at a table. He has 38,000 followers and his bio claims he's a pro gambler. His timeline is full of him claiming to win money gambling, his Lambo yacht, and his expensive car collection full of luxury vehicles. If there's one thing I know about people like Ace who behave the way he does, there's always something hidden beneath the surface, so I started digging. When I lived on his street, he was always driving in an extremely reckless manner. He always was smoking marijuana while driving. Unsurprisingly, he wrecked one Ferrari on Torrey Pines and crashed into a family in the Shores. He is a danger to society. As you'll see in a minute, we might have needed physical protection, but let's talk about digital protection. I want you to keep your identity safe, which is why I always partner with today's sponsor, Aura. My account receives alerts every day notifying me of all of the ways scammers might be trying to find my passwords or personal information. Data brokers are making a fortune selling your...
Alright, he slipped in the ad real quick. Let's skip this a little bit.
which is why they're offering my audience a 14-day free and Yelling calls him, which is why they're offering.
He's like, which is why they're offering my audience a 14-day free, blah, blah, blah. Hold on. All right, we're going to get started back with the video on Ace.
My audience a 14-day free trial. Go to Aura.com/Spencer to get a 14-day free trial. How amazing is that? The first of many legal battles Ace found himself in highlights some of his reckless behavior. In June 2022, the Hahn family filed a personal injury complaint against Gopher Media and AJ Thakor, Ace's real name. As plaintiffs were crossing the street, they were struck by a vehicle driven by defendant AJ Thakor, who was making a left turn from Vallecitos onto La Jolla Shores Drive. Based on the behavior he's shown to other local San Diego residents, I imagine he was a handful to this victim. This isn't related to the accident with the Hahns, but I'd be nervous driving on the same street as this risk taker. He flashes signals of wealth on his Instagram, but is he actually wealthy?
I started an Arizona basketball website just because I'm a U of A graduate.
Their Instagram reached 17,000 followers and covered Arizona basketball pretty extensively, until February 2017 when Ace posted an RIP message. Based on this Instagram post, he claims to be at the beach during the weekdays and the books in Vegas on the weekends. This was his fleet of cars in San Diego at the time. And a month later, he posted a picture of his new office in Del Mar. Del Mar is an upper scale area in the north side of San Diego, California. So I think it's fair to assume he was financially well off at this time, but he also is comfortable sharing some of his illegal behavior.
Let's do illegal. Illegal.
Ace has always been well off. Ace has always been well off ever since I've known him. I mean, not like super rich when I first met him, but definitely he was handling his business and doing his thing. But yeah.
Office in Del Mar. Del Mar is an upper scale area in the north side of San Diego, California. So I think it's fair to assume he was financially well off at this time, but he also is comfortable sharing some of his illegal behavior.
Let's do illegal. Illegal? Yeah. Trafficked a bunch of mushrooms from over Mexico to Colorado. Did that make you a lot of money? Hell yeah. It was a better time though. How much money did that make you? Probably $1 million.
It's entirely possible that he's being a troll because if you watch enough of his content, you'll figure out he's desperate for it.
Well, I'll confirm that he's definitely not trolling. He definitely traffics whenever he sees fit. Shit, I did it with him from Las Vegas to Tucson multiple times. So when he says he's trafficked drugs from Colorado to Mexico, I mean, it's very plausible, especially since, you know, I've done it with him multiple times. Traffic from Vegas to Tucson. So, I mean, Spencer wouldn't know that, but, you know, there you have it.
Attention, but then he said this next statement, which made me think he may actually have been a thief.
A line of 8 people. I just take what I want and I leave. That's pretty simple. Because if you don't have enough money to handle your customers, you don't have security. See you later. Yeah. I didn't want to park in a grocery store parking lot, walk all the way to the back and get there. You're a convenience store. If you don't provide me convenience, I will convenience myself.
This also sounds like he's trolling, but I would not be surprised at all if he made a lot of money as a thief. His behavior that you'll witness throughout this video doesn't represent someone who has money and wealth.
What's the most expensive thing you've stolen? Well, you know, cars, a couple 100,000 cars. Yeah, you just put them down in Mexico, they disassemble them, get rid of the tracking system, it's all good. Yeah. It was a long time ago, you got nothing on
all this stuff
if AJ was caught, he would blame the police on being racist because of the color of his skin. That isn't a joke because, as you'll find out in a minute, that's his assumption based on everyone not liking him. I found this Tucson Weekly blog post written in May 2015 by Justin Schuster. This would have been when AJ was running the PGU website. We'll get an early glimpse into his anger problems. On the Sunday following the column, Thakor left 5 messages in succession on my answering machine, each increasing in tenor and rage as the machine cut him off every 60 seconds. By the 3rd message, this could get...
Oh yeah, and if you don't think my shit is true, he has another LLC from back in the day in the IE that was named IE Escorts. So, and you can look that up. I'm pretty sure that might still be tied to his name back in the old days.
Get confusing, so bear with me. Thakor threatened to fire someone he was about to hire for a customer service position with his veterinarian design website company, DVM Multimedia. Imagine what this guy would be like after a Tinder date told him no thanks to a second date.
To make a long story short, the author of this article was set to receive a promotion if AJ hired the customer service rep, but AJ wanted retaliation. All told, Thakor left 10 messages over a 7-day period. Among the valuable insight he provided, Thakor is a millionaire. This was reiterated about a half dozen times. I don't mind looking dumb. I make millions, kind of, so what do I care? You guys have fun with your $15 to $20 an hour jobs. I'm going to go check my bank account. Every single time someone who claims to be a multi-millionaire and belittles people about making less than them for fun always seems to be hiding something that would destroy their reputation. Thakor is a man of power. He was sure to mention this 3 or 4 times, including, but not limited to, I'm a man of power, and I think you're going to realize the power I have, and I'm going to come after you if you want to start a war with me, and you're going to make $5 an hour, which is really powerful because it shows Thakor is capable of usurping federal minimum wage.
If I was Spencer, I'd be worried though, because Ace, now that Spencer made this video, Ace is going to definitely be on your heads. He ain't gonna, he just bought a new house in Vegas too, so Spencer, I know you be moving around Vegas, man. Be careful, because Ace on your head, I swear.
Wage legislation. AJ's about as powerful as a right hook from an untrained featherweight. As is usually the case, anyone who threatens some artificial power that they have ends up being the weakest person. In the eternal words of Tywin Lannister, any man who must say I am the king is no true king. In a tweet directed to AZ Desert Swarm, Thakor said, "You stole our info and that article was written by a racist." The tweet included a link to a website, GabeEncinas.com, which hyperlinks to a white supremacist website, whitepower.com. The reason why I know he did this is because nearly a decade later, he's still doing the same thing. He buys up domain names of people he doesn't like and redirects those websites to porn sites. Said Thakor during an answering machine tirade, "You want to make it my life's work to make sure you don't work, that I have a vendetta against you, I will. There's nothing illegal about that because I stay within the law, buddy." As AJ posts about how awesome of a person he is and how charitable he is, I want you to remember that he's been this type of vendetta-driven dude for a decade. Sheer, the editor of WildcatAuthority.com, filed a restraining order against Thakor last year following a slew of messages directed at
Spencer don't know. Ace been like this for longer than a decade, man.
Shear's wife. Shear says Thakor also called TUSD while he was a substitute teacher, claiming Shear wasn't utilizing his time in the classroom properly, instead stealing information from Point Guard U. Remember everyone, this is a multi-millionaire and a dude with a bunch of power, spending his free time calling a school to rage quit on a substitute teacher.
You wouldn't sell your dog?
Nigga, please. I'd sell him for, and I don't know, a bigger piece.
We're obviously dealing with a mature multi-millionaire philanthropist. Thakor last year following a slew of messages directed at Shear's wife. Shear says Thakor also called TUSD while he was a substitute teacher, claiming Shear wasn't utilizing his time in the classroom properly, instead stealing information from Point Guard U. Remember everyone, this is a multi-millionaire and a dude with a bunch of power, spending his free time calling a school to rage quit on a substitute teacher.
You wouldn't sell your dog?
Nigga, please. I'd sell him for, and I don't know, a bigger piece.
We're obviously dealing with a mature multi-millionaire philanthropist. He does seem to have a fascination with a certain male body part.
You're holding that joint. Aren't you gonna light it up?
I don't smoke weed.
No?
No, I quit.
What do you smoke?
I don't know. Penises.
A little surprise, we haven't even gotten to the section of the video that shows how insane he really is. We do need to evaluate if he actually is rich.
Gopher Media, DBA is Dr. Multimedia. We have Local Clicks and Jet Digital. We have Aspen's Doghouse. We have a lot of things under our main LLC, but yes, Dr. Multimedia is our 9-figure company.
They have a legitimate location in the Westfield Mall in a nice area within San Diego. Given the size of their staff and the fact that they offer lucrative business services to doctors around the country, I wouldn't be surprised if this is a 9-figure company.
How much recurring revenue do you have a month?
60 to 80 million coming in, depending on, and that's just without the gambling. And
I wouldn't have any way of evaluating these numbers, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's accurate. Despite AJ being a pretty vile human being, I guess he makes multiple millions of dollars.
The numbers are definitely accurate, bro. Ace been making money for a while. This ain't new.
Per year.
If I'm not making millions of dollars gambling a month, I'm making millions of dollars a month anyway.
So do you gamble to the point where you're making mils a month?
I do 10 to 40 million a year gambling.
Of course this isn't true, which is why I'm skeptical of anything AJ says when it comes to success. Similar to Grant Cardone, AJ makes polarizing statements.
See, the only difference between Grant Cardone and Ace is I don't know Grant Cardone. But I know Ace. And the shit he say is real, bro.
It's because he has an attention deficit complex.
A lot of people don't make $300,000-$400,000.
Because they're stupid.
You think if you don't make $300,000-$400,000 a year, you're stupid?
You're a loser.
What makes someone a loser is filing the lawsuits he does against local San Diego businesses and engaging in lawfare attempting to shut them down.
Talking about that, you gamble a lot.
I'm one of the best gamblers in the world.
Of course he's not, but he is world class at one thing, being a scumbag.
Ace is definitely the best gambler I've ever seen in person. Yeah, so Spencer, you're totally wrong on that. I mean, but you know, that's fine though. But Ace is definitely, as long as I've known him, been an extremely good gambler.
Back in November 2021, AJ got into a legal battle with American Pizza Manufacturing, an establishment located on La Jolla Boulevard in an upper scale area known as La Jolla. The beginning of the complaint reads like most lawsuits until you get to paragraph 43 when you realize this is about a parking spot. Yes, a parking spot in front of a pizza business. The Coors lawyer, who deserves sanctions based on this complaint, spent paragraphs talking about a parking spot. If I was running an advertising campaign, I'd have Allen Iverson as the spokesperson because we're talking about a parking spot. Andrew Malone and APM filed a counterclaim against AJ. Basically, the city of San Diego converted this green area to a 15-minute parking zone. Beginning in October 2020 and continuing through the date of this counterclaim, Thakor, often on a near daily or weekly basis, would illegally park his luxury high-end vehicles outside of APM. This included double parking in public 15-minute parking spaces for hours at a time and parking for extended periods in the red zone outside of APM. APM alleges Thakor liked to frequent these two restaurants next to APM and was upset with the city's new parking zone, so he threw a temper tantrum. They allege Thakor left hundreds of negative reviews for the pizza business, with numerous coming from Thakor's employees. They received on average 6 reviews per month, but after AJ's temper tantrum, they were receiving multiple one-star reviews per hour. In a complaint filed by former employees of Thakor's a couple years earlier, paragraph 28 alleges, upon information and belief, defendant Thakor paid employees to write false—
I'm pretty sure he paid employees too, I was about to say, but he also, I'm sure, did a lot of them emails himself, because he's that petty.
And fraudulent referrals and reviews on websites. That's coming from former employees of AJ's company, so their claims are likely valid. Back to the pizza lawsuit. On August 14, 2021, Malone approached Thakor, who was standing in front of the store, and asked him to take the reviews down. Thakor responded that nobody tells him what to do and that this is only the beginning. I'm shocked that this guy is a tool.
Why do you think men are poor?
Because they're f***ing losers.
How do you fix loser men?
Oh, they should just all jump off a bridge.
On August 20, 2021, Thakor approached Malone while he was in an alley by the store disposing of trash, and Thakor said, "How do you like those reviews? Get ready, there's 1,000 more where those came from." Despite his alleged wealth, AJ's behavior is that of someone who is handing his money from the bank of daddy. I don't think I've ever covered someone on this channel who sounds more entitled than this dude. Counterclaimants worked with Google representatives to identify and remove the fake reviews. Google reps told counterclaimants they recognized Thakor and Dr. Multimedia as past offenders of posting false reviews, which Google relied on to expedite the removal of the false reviews. This is a major reason why review websites are flawed. People like AJ can game the system against anyone who they don't like. Reminder that this is all because of a parking spot change from the city of San Diego. AJ parked his cars outside the restaurant and left notes on the cars in hopes that people would see the notes and not eat there. Have you ever seen someone with such little class? But it actually gets even worse. He paid to have a plane fly overhead with a note about how bad the pizza restaurant was. As if that wasn't enough, he then offered people $100 to call the restaurant and tell them their opinion by posting these messages on his Instagram. One night, the restaurant was confused because they received numerous calls about their pizza sucking and how they should be shut down for kicking a dog. Obviously, they were confused until they looked at his Instagram. Kicks handicapped dogs, uses frozen crust, hates anyone of color, despises the First Amendment, and gets sued for $10 million. If you support Take and Bake Pizza, you support animal abuse, racism, and frozen crust. There are some people in this world who don't deserve freedom, and I think we're seeing a perfect example of this with AJ. Even worse is he turned it into a big deal with the local newspaper. AJ also posted on his Instagram that they called him this racist term. People who abuse the legal system to file frivolous lawsuits and publicly defame an innocent business are legitimately some of the worst humans on the planet. The worst part about all of this is AJ got this triggered over the pizza restaurant abiding by the city's parking spot designation and not allowing temper tantrum boy to park there. On November 10, 2021, Thakor parked in front of APM, opened a briefcase that appeared to have thousands of dollars in cash, and dumped it out on the sidewalk in front of the store with customers present, while Thakor said, "This is soup money, mother." This loser goes everywhere with wads of cash because his insecurities are too overbearing when he doesn't let everyone around him know how much money he supposedly has. He was wandering around Vegas the other day with cash on hand. This dude is one of the biggest losers on social media. Another problem is that he's allegedly a little violent. Immediately after the pizza restaurant filed their counterclaim, this happened. A sign outside their store was slashed. They had their windows smashed, and they had graffiti painted on their walls in an upscale area in San Diego.
Ace is a funny guy, and vandalism is definitely a part of his playbook. So this seems plausible. I don't know. Maybe it wasn't him physically, but he definitely got the money to make shit move. You know what I'm saying? He got some motion.
Thakor said, "This is suit money, motherfucker." This loser goes everywhere with wads of cash because his insecurities are too overbearing when he doesn't let everyone around him know how much money he supposedly has. He was wandering around Vegas the other day with cash on hand. This dude is one of the biggest losers on social media. Another problem is that he's allegedly a little violent. Immediately after the pizza restaurant filed their counterclaim, this happened. A sign outside their store was slashed. They had their windows smashed, and they had graffiti painted on their walls in an upscale area in San Diego. I wonder who that could have been. Is this how an actual wealthy person behaves? He may have money, but he clearly has zero class and probably has even fewer friends.
I'm at this O'Gara in La Jolla, and they're my Lambo dealership. Yeah. And this guy, his name's Zach. He's like not the coolest guy in the world, but you know, he's definitely not like transsexual. Yeah. But you know, he might as well be.
Despite earning a lot of money, Ace still appears to be in a phase where he's cosplaying as an edgelord.
He allows me to be me, and he never judges me. Yeah. No matter what I say, and I say a lot of like, hey, I did this. He's like, yeah, good. I'm like, okay, man, that's like completely illegal. He's like, yeah, that's okay, Ace. Yeah. We love you. We'll bail you out.
In late 2021, he held an event at his house where he proceeded to buy his goodwill with the locals. There was a light show and he gave away cash. Around that same time, Thakor began to regularly visit and have problems with another local business. Nautilus Tavern is located on La Jolla Boulevard, about a half a mile down the street from America Pizza Manufacturing. As you can guess by now, he eventually sued them, alleging one of the employees offended him by saying that he wasn't that rich and that the establishment was racist. Nautilus Tavern filed a cross complaint against Ajay. In 2022, Thakor was a frequent visitor of Nautilus Tavern, a popular sports bar in La Jolla, California. Thakor repeatedly bullied and harassed staff and patrons at Nautilus Tavern, causing multiple employees and managers to quit, and he was banned from the business. Once banned, Thakor continued to threaten Nautilus Tavern's employees. AJ is feared because he's already shown to be violent towards a business with the slashing of a sign, smashing of windows, and graffiti, but I also need to show you when he was violent towards his employees. In the same lawsuit I showed earlier about the former employees alleging fake reviews, defendant Thakor threatened plaintiff Hoffman with a knife, and in a separate incident threatened plaintiff Spain with a knife, vandalizing plaintiff Spain's. Thakor is a millionaire. This was
on that note of violence, I've seen Ace threaten people, but I ain't never seen him be violent.
Reminder that this is all because of a parking spot. He's a frequent visitor of Nautilus Tavern, approximately chased plaintiffs.
Like I said, I've seen him threaten people. I've seen him threaten situations and people, but I've never seen him become violent.
Business with the slashing of a sign, smashing of windows, and graffiti, but I also need to show you when he was violent towards his employees. In the same lawsuit I showed earlier about the former employees alleging fake reviews, defendant Thakor threatened plaintiff Hoffman with a knife, and in a separate incident threatened plaintiff Spain with a knife, vandalizing plaintiff Spain's vehicle with the knife, actually breaking the sunroof and piercing the outside of the vehicle with it, and ultimately chased plaintiff Spain into his yard with the knife. The lawsuit claims he ultimately pled guilty to these crimes, so keep that in mind when Nautilus Tavern alleges they feared his retaliation tactics. Watch this next clip and then listen to what they allege and see if it sounds accurate.
What do you do when or what do you have to say to people that like to split bills, or have you ever been in?
Oh, you're losers. You're losers. You should kill yourself. Don't reproduce. Don't have children. You're losers.
Yeah, because you know what I'm talking about, right? It's like,
don't reproduce. Don't reproduce.
They're like,
my daughter doesn't want to you. Don't reproduce.
Prior to being banned from Nautilus Tavern, Thakor spent money lavishly at the business. In doing so, Thakor made clear to the business's employees that his spending should entitle him to certain privileges. Among them, Thakor demanded that patrons who he called poor losers be removed from Nautilus Tavern at his discretion, that certain managers at the business be prohibited from speaking to him and fired, that the company should install a sign that said don't talk to Ace unless he talks to you, and that the bar should reserve a permanent seat and dog bed for him and his dog. Here's the list of demands he sent the manager. And then he went nuclear. here. In the top left, he claims to have the perfect life with his hot girlfriend, his Lambos, his dogs, and a $100 million company. In the top right, AJ alleges this happened because Courtney's sleeping with Kyle. He further claims that they screwed over their best customer because Kyle couldn't sleep with a pretty girl. Considering this is a nice area full of people who are well off, it's right by the beach, it's in Southern California. Think of how much of a culture shock you'd experience dealing with a lunatic like Ace. Here are the texts of AJ raging at ownership, telling them to have fun getting sued, then calls them racist, then asks for a refund for all the tips he left at the restaurant. In case it isn't obvious by now, AJ's only value in this world is his ability to hand people money. He doesn't do it out of generosity, in my opinion. He does it to treat them like they're his peasants. AJ then posted on his Instagram, "Is there anyone in La Jolla that hasn't had sex with Dave Odemark's wife Karen? Besides me, of course, because I don't sleep with Karens." Then he says, "You want the war now, you got one. And cokehead Kyle sleeps with ugly women. And I'm going after his wife and the place he works for until he appeases me."
You have a really nice personality.
Great.
You know,
look at this. Imagine this is the black dick.
Oh God, Ace, come on.
The Core then directed his anger toward Odemark and his wife, declaring on his Instagram account that Dave and Karen Odemark love their black jokes. Do not visit Nautilus Tavern. Racist pricks. According to the lawsuits, AJ loves playing the race card and how everyone is jealous of him because of how rich he is. I'm pretty confident that no one even wants to be his friend. This next incident is why he has no friends. After being banned, the Core entered the bar on a weeknight and ordered a shot of alcohol. The bartender alerted Nautilus Tavern's management of the Core's presence at the bar to ensure no conflict ensued. Before management arrived, the Core urinated on the floor underneath the bar, poured his shot on the ground without taking a drink, and then immediately left after paying for his drink. The Core's urination was partially captured on film and shown to the police. The story sounds wild, but believe it or not, he has a history of peeing in public.
The bathroom for the men's bathroom is too crowded, so I just snuck into the janitor's room and I'm pissing in the janitor's thing.
You're probably thinking, hey, I've been drunk before, but this was at the Super Bowl.
See, I can teach you how to be rich. I don't follow rules. Now watch this.
That's the line to the bathroom.
The irony of peeing in a janitor's closet while you're claiming to be rich isn't lost on me, but the next part highlights what he really thinks of other people.
You think I'm waiting in that? You think I wait for men lower than me? These men are lower men than me. I don't wait for men. I'm the man. Understand that.
Says the guy who peed in a janitor's closet. I worked in an arena in my previous career, and the real ballers with money all have access to a private bathroom, but also they never act with such low-class behavior. Approximately a week or so after the urination incident, when the Core again tried to re-enter the bar and was told he was banned, the Core admitted to Nautilus Tavern manager Kyle that, yeah, I did piss on the floor. He walked into this restaurant in La Jolla, California, and peed on the floor while other people were there filming him. This dude is such an embarrassment to all of society.
Why do you think people criticize me though? They talk a lot of
because they're poor, they're losers, and you're brown.
Like some people, you know, they used to be here and then they leave and then they start all these rumors and gossip and all this crap they talk about.
Oh, Glassdoor.
Looking through AJ's business, Glassdoor highlights some unsurprising allegations, such as CEO posted on LinkedIn telling me to off myself after I quit to work for a competitor, and another alleging they worked tirelessly to remove bad reviews. This same allegation was prevalent in the lawsuit filed by his former employees. They also claim he was committing some kind of fraud. Upon information and belief, defendant the Core also participated in and encouraged a company culture of sexism, harassment, threats of violence, drug and alcohol abuse, including defendant the Core providing to and using unlawful substances with employees and fraud. They also allege they engaged in fraudulent billing practices, which included clients being charged for services that were not rendered. Just because an employee claims it's true in a lawsuit doesn't mean they've been charged with a crime, but after all you've seen from AJ, would you be surprised if it's true? Let's go back to the boat video now that we know a little about him.
AJ being crazy. He ain't changed.
Flashing a dock worker after threatening to kill him seems to be in line with his previous behavior. If you're a business owner in La Jolla, be careful around this dude. He'll attempt to hypnotize you with money and then pee on your floor. This is the property where he hosted the charity event, which included his address. I found his mortgage information using batch leads. He bought the property in 2021 but took out an 8.75% interest rate mortgage a couple years later. The dude has some dough. He bought a $4.75 million property with cash, but I found it peculiar as to why he'd get a mortgage a couple years later. This is another another property he owns in La Jolla. He took out a mortgage a few months prior at 9.37% interest.
He needed the money to
I'll do
gamble.
7% all day. I'll refinance on 7% because I can pay 100, 200 grand more a month.
What do you cash out money at 7% to get that cash in and reinvest it?
Oh yeah, I'll cash out just to place a bet.
How much do you make a month gambling on average?
You know, I know you think that's a good. It's not a good question. It's impossible. It goes in such crazy cycles that I can't average last 20 years.
But you always win though.
No, I win about 78% of the time.
I have a suspicion that AJ makes a lot of money, but gambles most of it away. He talks like a degenerate gambler, and his behavior does not indicate someone who is wealthy. His business is legitimate, and they seem to be doing serious revenue. Their office space is in a premier location, and they have a lot of employees. Saying this is a 9-figure company is probably not a stretch. But something doesn't seem right with this guy. Listen to what he says in podcasts.
Coming in a girl's ass, I mean, it's amazing. I love coming in a girl's ass, but as she says, it's a delicacy.
What do you like
Bitch,
better?
you're not Wagyu.
What isn't delicate is how Ace handles his PR. Let's go back to the yacht.
How much was the Lambo yacht?
$4.5 million.
And did you put a down payment, or how'd you get that?
You had to pay it all.
You got to pay it off?
I mean, 4 payments of $1.3 million.
I would not be surprised if he took out a mortgage on his property so he could buy the Lambo yacht, the vessel for him to flash the dock worker. Speaking of, how many crimes can you commit in one YouTube video? Indecent exposure, public lewdness, disorderly conduct, and threatening to kill someone are what I came up with. He not only pees in public restaurants, but now he's flashing dock workers while yelling at them.
Man, I'm a double down guy. I'm martingale.
If gambling is like his personality, then he's a massive loser. Thanks for watching.
That's crazy. Spencer, AJ gonna be on your head. What did he say at the end? Hold on, let me see what he said.
So he could buy the Lambo yacht, the vessel for him to flash the dock worker. Speaking of, can you commit in one YouTube video? Indecent exposure, public lewdness, disorderly conduct, and threatening to kill someone are what I came up with. He not only pees in public restaurants, but now he's flashing dock workers while yelling at them.
Man, I'm a double down guy. I'm martingale.
If gambling is like his personality, then he's a massive loser. Thanks for watching.
What did he say? Hold on. Oh, he wanted to get clarification before he did the video. And Ace, so Ace already knows about it. Spencer, I'd be careful going further in Vegas. Ace just bought a new house in Summerlin, so be careful. But hey, I'm gonna be right back. Give me a second. I gotta use the bathroom, and yeah, I'll be right back. My bad. Let's see what else we got real quick. Oh yeah, let me see. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Shoot it from there. Oh yeah, I could just do this. Hold on, let me. Hey.
What do a pizza...
Hey guys, welcome back to Driven Channel, and I'm very excited for this one. You know, you're like the Mexican. Wait, I'm the Mexican Ace. You're the Indian Albert.
Fuck yeah, brother.
Like, we have a lot of things in common.
Yeah, we're rich and brown.
Yeah.
He said we're rich and brown.
And
that's the two things.
But you know what I think we have a lot of a likeness in is that you are a huge risk taker. So you take a lot of risks. And you've talked about some scary things that you've done, and you're not afraid to put all the money on the line, and you grew this big empire. Your Dr. Multimedia, that's your company that you're blowing up.
We are Gopher Media. We DBA is Dr. Multimedia. We have Local Clicks and Jet Digital. We have Aspen's Doghouse. We have a lot of things under our main LLC, but yes, Dr. Multimedia is our 9-figure company.
Yeah,
it is our mortgage, guys.
Right. So that's how you make most of your money with the Dr. Multimedia.
Yes, most of it, and every few years, the gambling makes more than that.
So you help doctors
every
or
few
what?
Years.
How does that work?
We are a digital marketing company for private practice doctors. When you want to be found online, orthodontist, pediatrician, chiropractor, veterinarian. Brain surgeons don't need to be found online, right? They get referrals.
Yeah.
If you're a doctor that needs to be found online, you work with us. We will make your pediatrician website very colorful and cartoony. If you're a chiropractor, you are going to pay us less than we want to get paid, and we'll make your website dope. But we do every aspect of your digital marketing for private practice doctors. Why do they do doctors? They can pay the fucking bill.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Doctors got the money.
When did you discover that?
Over a decade ago. I've lost my fortune several times between my father and me. Was a real estate crash, or he invested in Qualcomm and it was going to be $5 million, and now he borrows more from his stock guy, and then it goes to nothing, and now he owes money. Same way the first mortgage crash in 19.
He's talking about his dad's situation.
What was it, Jabron? 07.
Yeah, 07 was the last one. Yeah.
Well, everyone told me my house was gonna be worth $1 million. I should have sold that house the day I bought it.
He said I should have sold that house the day I bought it.
$70,000, and I bought it for fucking $640, and I could have made $1 million off it that day.
That was 2000. So that was 2007.
Yep.
Did you have a negative? Did you get a 100% loan, like the Negam?
I don't remember the loan. Yeah. I know that the crash, or he invested in Qualcomm.
I remember all this stuff because that's when he moved to Vegas. He wanted to live closer to me and my family. He didn't want to stay in Riverside by himself, so he moved to Vegas, around the corner from where I'm at right now.
And it was going to be $5 million, and now he borrows more from his stock guy, and then it goes to nothing, and now he owes money. Same way the first mortgage crash in I think it was 1998, 2002. What was it, Jabron? 07.
Yeah, 07 was the last one. Yeah.
Well, everyone told me my house was gonna be worth $1 million. I should have sold that house the day I bought it, because I ended up selling it for fucking $270,000, and I bought it for fucking $640.
That's crazy.
And I could have made $1 million off it that day.
That was 2000. So that was 2007.
Yep.
Did you have a negative? Did you get a 100% loan, like the Negam?
I don't remember the loan. Yeah. I know that I got fucked over.
Yeah.
I should have sold it the day I bought it.
Yeah.
So, the current fucking cycle is fucking horrible in real estate.
Oh, it is. Yeah. It's hard.
I don't know how anyone's gonna get out of it.
Yeah.
Me and you can mitigate it because we have cash.
We got plenty of money.
7% doesn't mean a lot to me. Give me a 7% loan. It means I pay it off quicker, right? But the normal American can't do that. Right? And they won't. They're not going to go from 3% to 2% to 7%. I'll do 7% all day. I'll refinance on 7% because I can pay 100, 200 grand more a month.
What do you cash out money at 7% to get that cash in and reinvest it?
Oh yeah, I'll cash out just to place a bet.
Talking about that, you gamble a lot.
I'm one of the best gamblers in the world. I know I'm top 15 in the world.
So before we get into that, you when you started, did you have money or did you raise money or did you grow up poor or rich?
Yeah, I grew up middle class.
Middle class.
Right. So we weren't poor, but we didn't have money. My dad taught me the same traditional values that your dad taught you.
Right.
Slow and steady wins the race, right?
Mm-hmm.
Name a race that slow and steady won. Go name it. Faster and faster wins every race. You know what? Your parents alive?
Right, yeah.
Who supports them?
Who supports them?
Who supports them? When your parents need something, are you there?
Yeah, of course.
So you technically, you're the guy in your legacy, in your family legacy, that changed the script, right?
Yeah.
And so am I. Isn't that fucking beautiful, motherfucker?
Yeah.
That's amazing. So
you know, a thing about my parents though is that they always they've always been there for me. So when I said I want to get into real estate, I want to start a business, they were like, it's dangerous, don't do it, don't take risks. But then I did it anyways, and they always said, okay, well, you know what? If you need any help, when I was even though we were middle class, poor middle class also, they never stopped believing in me. Even when I made mistakes and I lost all the money or lost money, they were always like, you know what? Keep your head up, keep trying. And they always pushed me to go after my dreams, even though they were scared. So Latino families, Mexican
stick
families,
together.
but I think the whole Latino community, parents are very overprotective. So
Yeah, that's
I
children,
was like a rare, massive risk taker. So I always took risks, and I made a lot of mistakes, and I lost a lot of money. And then my parents, you know, they it's not like they had a bunch of money, but they would have their small amounts that they would give to me because they wanted me to.
You
go
got
after
bailed
my
out.
dreams. But they've always had my back. So deep inside, I feel like I can't let my parents down. So right now, you know, I'm a father. I have three little girls, 7,
Beautiful
4,
girls.
and 1. Thank you. They're all named after Ferraris. Italia,
Fuck yeah, baby.
Italia 458.
Fuck yeah, baby.
Berlinetta, and then Cali, California.
When's the first song we getting here?
We're waiting for the
Hey,
Enzo.
baby.
Yeah. So now, you know, I don't know how you feel about this, but now with having all this success, people tell me, or people will give me compliments, but then I feel like, you know what? I have a lot of pressure because I can't let anyone down. So I'm committed to never ever failing.
You have to quit. Otherwise, you have to step down.
They have to kill me.
You have to step down the moment you don't want the pressure.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to need a raise here in the next year or two. Everyone's a better lifestyle, and you have to help everyone beat inflation, because me and you can beat inflation like fucking this, right?
Yeah.
But they can't. And now I, as a leader, if I'm not equipped for this, I have to step down. Okay, a high tide raises all fucking ships, and you are that ship, and I am that ship. But they all want a better life next year. My boy Sam, everyone who works with me, and so do all your people. They deserve a better life next year, and the fucking government isn't going to give it to them. It's on your fucking shoulders, motherfucker.
It's definitely not.
Yeah.
That's what's fucking going on here, and that's me. The moment I can't do that, I will step down. But that's not fucking.
Do you
happening.
enjoy being in that position, having all that pressure?
I fucking love it.
Yeah?
I fucking love it. Put it all on my fucking shoulders. I will always take care of my people. And I have a family, a daughter, and a fucking girl at home who's fucking pissed at me. But obviously.
Why is she pissed at you?
All the time.
She went through my fucking phone. She knows the passcode, and I'm like, I went through my phone too because I was like, oh shit, this
What
isn't
is
gonna
in
be
it?
good. I'm like, that's all you found? That's all you found? You should be complimenting me.
Right.
Like, I crushed it. You found nothing. You found a picture of me at Carbone with 2 fucking blonde girls, and I was just wingmanging Maverick, which our guest kid will be Ace Maverick, but my boy, his name's Maverick.
Ace is
He's not
trying
even
to,
fucking 21 years old.
clean
He's
it
at
up.
Carbone with me.
Carbone's a good spot.
Oh, it's great. I get you anytime Vegas, anywhere.
Nothing but 9 pluses.
Fuck yeah. So, and I'm like, the girl I'm sitting next, like, she's like all due respect, a fucking 5. Okay,
Damn, that's
sorry.
funny.
Sorry about that. I know everyone's gonna hate me for that. You don't want to rate women on
She's
numbers.
probably watching that. She's probably watching.
She's a 5. I'm more pissed at my bitch. By
He
bitch,
said,
I mean
"I'm all
beautiful
pissed at
woman.
my bitch." Ace is funny.
For fucking thinking I'd fuck that shit. I fucked 10s, baby. Like, I'm fucking, that's what you found. I'm like, I went through my whole phone because I was like, I'm like, that's what you're going off of? I fucked 10s. I'm literally wingmanning fucking Maverick.
Yeah.
Because, and I'm not doing shit. You're a loyal man, just like me.
Yeah.
Okay, I got 7 dogs. It means you're loyal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I think it's all good. I'm showing up anyway. I'm going to Vegas on Friday. And, you know, I hope I might stay overnight.
Yeah.
I know it'll be a bunch of shit if
Today?
I stay overnight.
I'll stay overnight. We'll go party.
Albert, we'll go to the library together. We'll read
library. Yeah.
At 2 a.m. And
The
luckily
strip
there used to be a strip club called the library.
The library.
So we'll go
yeah.
there. No, we're not. All right, cut that fucking shit out. Hard cut. But no.
Ace loves
Don't
the strip
go on.
club.
How much is that fucking meal?
Like 300 more or less.
You're kind of pissed off about that, huh?
Money is easy to be made.
I just love how all these guys are doing the meal. Oh, look at that sexy ass Indian guy right there. Oh damn, I look fucking good. Better jawline. Oh shit, who's that ugly Mexican guy?
Hey, so I think I think you have a really nice personality.
Great.
You know,
Look at this. Manches the black
People
dick.
don't believe that though, because he always trolling.
Hey, I'm not gay though. I'm just saying if it was.
You're not gay?
Obviously, I like bitches.
You like money?
Obviously, I like bitches.
I like money more than I like bitches.
Yeah. Why?
Because money will get me everything I want in life. I don't want a poor family. You know, I want a 10 every day of my life.
Yeah.
And you have an empire builder.
Yeah.
Like, you're a girl. Jesus Christ, man. How lucky did you get? All right. Guns, I like them stainless. Bitches, I like them brainless. You don't got that shit, bro. You got a stainless fucking brain.
Ace try to motherfucking throw some poop
You
in
got a
it.
stainless brain.
You don't know how to do it
you got
still.
everything.
So do
You have an empire builder.
Yeah, well, you got the same over there in San Diego. You're killing it over there. You have gambling. So you said you're a gambler. Gambling made you a lot of money. So is that what made you the millions to grow your businesses? How does that work? Because if you're a gambler, are you?
That's exactly.
Let's say somebody that's watching this, they have
$100,000
in their bank account, or maybe they have 50,000, or maybe they have 500,000. Would you gamble all of it, whether you have either amount, or would you
them,
gamble?
I gamble half of it, because when I hear crypto and real estate, man, real estate takes too long.
Yeah,
it's a long play.
He said real estate.
You know,
takes
when
too
I hear
long.
stocks and this and that, the way you invest in stocks is simple.
Yeah,
you put your money in there and you don't look for 10 years. That's it. Real estate, I have a lot of real estate. Jesus Christ, it takes way too fucking long. It's fucking lame. You gamble
fucking lame.
50 grand tonight, you know where you stand by fucking 9 p.m.
Exactly.
That's the best investment in the world. Since I'm hearing crypto and all this bullshit, I am
Takes
going to
too
start
long.
recommending gambling more. I'm not going to give you the pick you need. I'm not going to tell you how to do it, but it's a coin
Exactly.
flip.
It's 50-50.
And the thing is, I take the time out of it. With gambling, with real estate, crypto, like stocks, you're waiting
Everything
on
takes
time
forever.
to get it figured out, right? With gambling, I'd rather be down 50,000 by 8 p.m. and know where I stand than what they're doing. No fucking way.
Then what
That's why I think gambling takes the time out of it. Life is two things: time and money. When you get arrested, what do the courts want? Time and
or
money.
your time.
That's
Yeah.
it. Do this fucking community service. Do this fucking jail time. Spend this money on your DUI. The two things the courts want. So with gambling, I at least take the fucking time out of it. Every investment requires time. Every one. I figured out the one that requires no time.
Right, exactly.
By 9 p.m. to fucking night, you can be up 50 grand or down 50 grand. It's fucking amazing.
How often do you gamble?
It's fucking amazing.
I gamble every fucking day.
Every day.
Mhm.
How much did you gamble yesterday? I saw you were like having drinks and gambling or playing. Were you playing for money?
Oh no, that's for the guy's pants.
You made him get naked or something.
Damn right. I'll make you get naked right now, baby.
So how
rock,
much did
paper, scissors.
Yeah.
Whoever fucking loses has to fucking give the other person their shoes. 1, 2, 3, shoot. You ready to rock?
Tell me how.
1, 2, 3, shoot. Rock, paper, scissors.
Okay.
I already know what you're doing.
What?
So 1, 2, 3, shoot. And whoever
He's
wins.
like rock, paper, scissors, but I think he's
gets
gonna
the other
lose
guy
on
shoot.
this. He didn't win
Down?
this bet.
So you go like this. I don't. Please give
1, 2,
and then
3,
you click
shoot.
something. Okay.
Or this. Or rock.
All right.
So it's my shoes versus your shoes.
All right.
Keep in mind, I already know what you're doing.
How do you know that?
Because I already saw your play.
Yeah, but you're
ready?
You're
1, 2, 3,
shoot.
shoot. You ready?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Knew it. All right. We go again. Now watch this.
Tie.
1, 2, 3. Loser.
I think we tied.
No, I know. Now watch this.
Got him off balance, coach.
Watch this. 1, 2, 3. Knew it. Go fuck yourself.
He lost. Ace lost.
Are these new? Assholes. What do you care, asshole? I knew I shouldn't have come here. You got some Louis Vuittons? What size are you?
Like a 9.
Shit. You're gonna fit great in those.
That was perfect size.
I'll walk out here. Double or nothing?
I'm
no,
good.
he ain't gonna double it.
Okay. See, that's smart. That's a smart man. Well, I lost my fucking shoes on this podcast. That's fine. I'll burn this place down when I leave, so we'll be just fucking fine. Yeah. Anyway, it wasn't me. It fit good, right, Albert?
Yeah.
Perfect. You got new shoes, baby. Fuck yeah! Damn it! I thought I had them there. Right, go on, risk.
Thank you.
That's everything. See, he's willing to risk it. He's not saying no
risk it.
until he says no the second time. He's a bitch.
Then he's right.
I know how to catch too.
You need to fucking match your fucking shoes. It's a present from the rich dog.
From the rich dog.
From the rich dog. You got our shoes. You might as well have some Louis Vuitton sunglasses.
Dang, how long is this interview? I ain't finna watch it all right
And
now.
thank you for allowing us to be here. You're a fucking amazing man. I don't think people realize how great Albert is. He's very low key. He is not shock value. And that's what I love about him. He's completely authentic, just like I am. I am shock value and authentic. This man
same
is
time.
fucking authentic. He is not trying to fuck you over. He is who he's going to be since day one. Everyone else kind of online is like, look at me and faking it. This man is 1,000% authentic.
How do you analyze that?
I mean, your character shines
How
through
did you determine
on
that?
all your videos. I can see through it. I can see like, oh, look, I'm dressed like this. I'm doing this. Okay, fine.
Thank you, brother. How do you know I like aviators?
I mean, I see what you wear.
He's like, I see what you
Now
wear.
we both got sunglasses on. We both got Louis on. I have no shoes, but that's good. Right hand. I do right hand, and I do a double fist bump for good luck. So this is the last time I'm coming back to this fucking podcast.
Good luck.
Because this fucking asshole stole my shoes. This is bullshit. It's fine. I'm good. I'll calm fucking down.
Yeah. So you have a Lambo yacht.
I wish I had a Lambo jet. But I have a Lambo yacht.
Lambo jet is coming.
They don't make them yet.
Yeah, but if they make him, you would get one.
Of course.
Of course.
I'm their number one customer.
So what's this story with the Lambo yacht? Because I never seen a Lambo yacht. I saw you with Wes Watson. You know, like he's a cool dude. I like him.
No, he's our dude, man. Wes is the fucking man,
friend,
bro.
Yeah, he's a good friend.
Yeah.
And that's the first time I saw you there on the yacht. And I said, what's this Lambo yacht? Like, what does it take to get a Lambo yacht?
I mean, it's basically impossible to get one. There's 63 in the world. You have to be in line for one. So I'm at this O'Gara in La Jolla, and they're my Lambo dealership.
Yeah.
And this guy, his name's Zach. He's like not the coolest guy in the world, but you know, he's definitely not like transsexual.
Yeah.
But you know, he might as well be.
He's definitely not transsexual.
And he's like trying to get me in to split one with another guy. This guy's like, I don't know, I forget his name, fucking Don Blanco or something. And okay, I'm like, I thought about it, I'm like, yeah, I'll do it. He's like, well, he has allocation, Don Blanco. I'm like, yeah, I'll split it with him. I thought that, and I'm not trying to fuck my bitch where you fuck your bitch, you loser.
Right.
Like, I'm not fucking doing that. So anyway, I'm back at the pizza place 2 days later, and I'm talking to a guy who works for O'Gara higher up than Zach. He goes, you can get one if you want one. I go, I'll take my own. Because I talked to Zach, he's like, he's going to use it. I'm like, so what about 4th of July? He's like, he's going to want to use it on 4th of July.
Of course, everybody's going to want to use it.
I'm behind no man, just like you, brother.
Yeah.
So he said I can get one. I'm like, fuck yeah, like Lamborghini loves you. I bought one that moment. And you know who didn't get one? Don Blanco.
Don Blanco didn't get one.
Who splits yachts? Who the fuck splits a yacht with someone else?
I mean, who splits bills? You split bills?
Who splits anything?
Yeah.
I pay for every bill every time. If you sit down with me,
not with me.
Oh, we'll go to war, bitch.
We'll go to war, bitch.
Oh, and you don't got to bring Jabron in this shit, because he's the same way. We always pay the fucking bill because we are the farmer, we are the provider, we have the provider mindset. You can't pay for my bill. So I already know this about you, so I'll just sneak out. I'll say I'm going to the bathroom, and I'll pay for our bill. You can't win this one, brother.
Why is that important, paying for other?
Because you want to have the provider mindset. You want to be the farmer. The farmer has to have most food.
You think when you think that way, money comes more?
1,000 times.
What about tips?
You have to tip. $100 should be your minimum tip. And I don't care if you have $100 in your bank account. You tip $100.
What if the bill's $20?
You tip $100.
Yeah. What if the bill's like $1,000?
You tip fucking $1,000.
You match the bill?
I make sure my tip is better than the bill.
Yeah.
Every fucking time. We're talking karma, baby. The more you give, the more you get. I know this for a fucking fact. I did this when I had no money.
What do you do when or what do you have to say to people that like to split bills? Or have you ever been in?
Oh, you're losers. You're fucking losers. You should kill yourself. Don't reproduce. Don't have children. You're fucking losers.
Yeah, because you know what I'm talking about, right? It's like,
don't reproduce. Don't reproduce.
They're like,
my daughter doesn't want to fuck you. Don't reproduce.
Yeah, got it. I mean, so that's a big big feedback for people watching this. They might be hanging out with the wrong people if you're hanging around with, like, if you go to dinner.
I ain't selling you, bro.
No,
I am not selling you.
What about Venmo?
I'm not Venmoing you. I'm not paying for you. I'm not cash apping you. I would cash app you because I want to see I want my shoes back, but I'm not fucking doing that.
These are some nice shoes, though.
Go fuck yourself, Albert. I'm fucking. This is bullshit.
Go fuck yourself.
Were you just rubbing it in my face, asshole? That's bullshit. Seriously, man. I'm walking out with no fucking shoes. You know I have a daughter, man. I'm not made of money, and you're stealing my shoes, man. This is not cool, man. My family's gonna eat top ramen for the next week because of you.
You want them back?
I'll get them back, bitch.
You want them back?
I will fucking get them back.
Him a bitch.
$5 grand versus my shoes right now. The $5 grand goes to fucking your staff, or I get my shoes back. We'll make it 10 grand. I write you a check for 10 grand for your entire staff to split, or I get my shoes back. You ready, baby?
What do you guys think?
You ready, baby?
Keep the shoes.
You stupid as fuck. You stupid as fuck. 10 grand for the whole staff, or I get my shoes back. He keeps his shoes, and I lose 10 grand, or I get my 10 grand, or he gets 10 grand and my shoes back.
So then,
I'm done with you, okay? All this fucking cheating shit. Let's go, baby.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Oh, you don't care about your staff now? 15 grand. 15,000 for your staff. Fuck no. Cash. Fucking cash.
We'll do that. We'll do that later. So
no, let's do it now.
So what do you want to play?
Nah. 15 grand for your staff.
He's like, nah. Let's do it now.
W-2'd.
No, we'll do 1099.
1099. Or I get my shoes back. 1, 2, 3. Shoot.
You're a professional gambler, though.
Damn right, motherfucker.
Yeah,
Let's go. You ready? I don't see your hands up. I thought you were a risk taker.
I'm
a risk taker. My name's Albert.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's go, bitch.
He trying to play him.
What about in 5 minutes?
At his spot.
Right now, motherfucker. I ain't got 5 minutes. I don't know if I'm gonna live that long.
So it's 15 grand for my
For your staff, for my shoes.
But I already beat you twice.
You beat me once, bitch.
All right, I'm gonna beat you again then.
Nigga, please.
Nigga, please.
Nigga, please.
Nigga, please, bro.
I know what he's doing. Watch this. 1, 2, 3. Knew it. Yeah, baby. my shoes back. Get my fucking shoes back. Hell yeah. You know how I knew he was going to do it? He went strong on the rock. When he was showing his fucking cards, anytime they're going hard on the rock. Nigga, please. Nigga, please.
I don't want to take your shoes.
Nigga, please. So anyway, anytime you go hard on the rock, I know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Ace is crazy.
Oh, check out my new shoes, baby.
I was giving you a cue.
Well, you're such a nice guy, Albert. You are a nice guy. You're seriously, man. How proud of you to work for this man. Can you believe you met a man like this in your fucking life? He does not get enough credit for who he is. Nor do I. Great men don't. This is one of the greatest men, and you all know. Everyone knows that he works here. This is the greatest man you'll meet in your life. Albert Preciado is the greatest man you'll meet in your life. And everyone who works here knows fucking that. Anyone fucking disagreements?
Lately.
Anybody? I don't know. He's a humble, kind, good man.
Why do you think people criticize me? They talk a lot of
because they're poor. They're losers.
Because they're
you're
poor.
brown.
Like some people, they used to be here and then they leave, and then they start all these rumors and gossip and all this crap they talk about.
Oh, Glassdoor and shit. I get it. Yeah.
But they forget to say, oh, he flew us in a private jet. He gave his Chanel purses. He gave me Rolexes. He gave me all this stuff. Paid for my vacations and all this stuff. But then
it's not good about Ace. I don't never badmouth Ace,
Oh
bro.
no, that all disappears right away. That all disappears right away. They forget all that immediately. Every fucking time.
How
That's cap.
yeah, no, well, I wanted to get back to you. That's why I gave you the cue.
Nigga, please.
So,
Nigga, please.
How do you how
I don't
important
give a fuck.
how important to you is environment, having like good environment, having good quality people in your company?
It's everything. If I have to see you every day and I don't like you, that doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense if I don't like you.
What if do you ever have people that have turned kind of toxic in your company and you have to get rid of them?
Everyone wants to be the next Ace and Albert, bro. There's only one Ace. There's only one Albert. Grow the fuck up. Learn to play your role in the organization. You know, there's one CEO. You're not him. No one's replacing you, brother. No one's replacing me, man. Play your role. It's the right thing to do. And that's what they don't fucking get. They just think they can be you and be me. And that's where it comes from.
Yeah.
Has anyone ever left your company and done better?
Never.
Me too, baby. Me fucking too.
Yeah, bitch.
No one's ever yeah, bitch. No one's ever left my company and made more money. No one ever. Not one fucking time. How did I know that? Because your fucking false fucking pride gets in the way. And you want to be the CEO. You know there's nothing wrong with being a soldier in a great organization. And I have a lot of those, man. You know, my business partner, Praz, Jesus Christ. He's fucking amazing. He allows me to be me. And he never judges me.
Yeah.
No matter what I say. And I say a lot of shit. Like, hey, I did this.
Yeah,
Like,
talking about prize.
good. I'm like, okay, man, that's like completely illegal. He's like, yeah, that's okay, Ace.
Yeah.
We love you. Listen, we'll bail you out.
Well, you're holding that joint. Aren't you gonna light it up?
I don't smoke weed.
No.
No, I quit.
What do you smoke?
I don't know. Penises. I don't laugh at that one. I'm not gay. That was a good one.
Is that a cigar?
No, it's a joint. It's
is that sativa or indica?
I have no fucking idea at this point anymore, man. I have no idea what's going on.
Right.
Where the
He
fuck's
too
my
loaded.
lighter, assholes?
Can somebody bring a lighter for him?
And you better fucking cut that penis part out. I'll tell you right now. Only one
So,
penis I see.
so do you usually do indica or what is it? Indica or
Sativa?
I really don't know anymore. Like everyone asks me that question, where the fuck is my lighter?
We'll get you one right now. It's on this way.
This is not cool. I'll fucking blow the fuck up right now.
How often?
Found it. Go fuck yourself.
You found it? Yeah, he found it. Let him know they found it. I'll tell Maria to come back.
No, wrong side.
Yeah, it's the wrong side.
That was a joke. It was a fucking joke.
Wrong side.
Sam, who am I? Chuck Liddell? LeBeau?
Chuck Liddell's your friend, right?
Yeah, he's a great guy.
I've seen you with him.
Fell off the boat.
It was great.
Yeah.
You smoke weed?
I don't.
God.
I'm not a weed smoker, but I'll hit a joint with the right person.
What does that even mean?
What?
What does that even mean?
Nobody wants that guy in the fucking group.
I don't smoke, but I smoke a little
You
bit.
smoke weed, yes or no?
Yeah, I smoke weed.
You're Mexican. You have to smoke weed. I mean, Jesus Christ. Where's Cheech and Chong when you need him? Fuck is wrong with you, Albert? Fucking totally disrespecting your race right now. I'm Indian, man. Like that's like me saying I don't eat chicken curry. I'm not doing that to my race.
It's like a Mexican saying they don't drink tequila.
I don't drink tequila either.
Right?
Yeah.
Me neither. This shit's gross.
Cheers, bitches.
So Ace,
I'm getting canceled for sure. Look at me right now.
No, you're good. You're good.
Oh, I'm fine. I'm rich.
So
you
Ace,
can't cancel me.
How much was the Lambo yacht?
$4.5 million.
And did you put a down payment or how'd you get that?
You have to pay it all.
You got to pay it off?
I mean, 4 payments of 1.3 million, 1.2 million, 1.1, 1, blah, 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 blah.
So you did 4
He's
payments?
like million.
Yeah.
I don't know anymore.
Like 4 people.
And for how often are those payments?
4 times over. Jesus Christ. Thought I was gonna die. Fuck, man. I know. I thought we were in WeHo, not Soho. Fucking losers. Jesus Christ. No one needs this shit, Albert. Jesus Christ. I'm trying to get drunk and high. Fuck's your problem here, man?
Hey, well,
you got gunshots?
I'm gonna take care of you tonight because you can't go home tonight, right?
I'm going home, right?
I thought you were gonna stay over.
I'm not staying here, man. My bitch will be pissed.
You said you might stay over though.
I'll stay. Where am I staying?
I could recommend you a few spots. You can stay at my house. I live in Bel Air.
I'm not. No way. No. I'm not coming to your house. I'm gonna jerk off. I don't want to jerk off in your bed.
Right? He's like,
I have a few recommendations. You can stay at Hotel Bel Air.
I mean, I'm going to fucking Beverly Hills Hotel.
Yeah.
I make the drive. That shit's dope.
Yeah.
Like, there's only one place to stay around here. Beverly Hills Hotel. For rich people.
Yeah. So
anyway,
for rich people.
I do a promo. This is a company I've invested heavily in. It's called Lift Tickets. Best fucking weed you'll ever fucking smoke. My boy E owns it, and I invest in it. I own none of it. I just spend too much money on weed, which I feel like I own a little bit of it. E, you fucking asshole. He'll be down fucking Thursday to give me more weed. Love that fucking guy. And it's the best weed you'll ever fucking smoke. Lift Tickets. Trust me. The best weed in the fucking world. Every dispensary, or ask E where you could buy it.
So Ace, a lot of people say that that smoking weed is bad, or that you shouldn't smoke weed and do business. It might affect you. You obviously proven that wrong because you do good, right? You make a lot of money and
He's like,
you
do
smoke
good,
weed.
right?
Like, how often do you smoke weed, and what do you have to say to those people?
I mean, I smoke weed every fucking day. All day, every day. I do 5 or 8 of these a day. And, I mean, by 5 or 8, I mean 5 or 8 of these a day. It's
You
fucking
done
great.
8?
Yeah. I mean, I smoke these all day long.
All day
How many have you
long,
had
definitely.
so far?
Yeah, 4 today.
4?
Yep.
Do you feel they help you?
I know they help me.
Yeah?
He said, I know they help me.
help me.
Right?
I don't recommend this. Don't try this at home. Do as I say, not as I do. You can't handle this shit. You can't fucking live this fucking life. I'm an anomaly.
Yeah.
I'm like Albert. I'm 1 in a billion. But what works for you doesn't work for me. Look at this bullshit you're drinking. I'm doing tequila and fucking weed.
Yeah.
It works for me. I'll make more money off this. Are we clear? Right? Because there's motherfuckers that want to smoke weed. It's not for everybody. Weed helps me. It always has. I know it's natural.
Why do you feel it helps you? Like, what does it do for you?
It's got this fucking chemical in it called fuck it. No
Yeah,
matter what's
make you
going
say,
on
"Fuck
and
it."
how bad life gets, fuck it. I don't care anymore. Fuck it, I'm good.
But you build.
You can't stress me out.
Yeah.
You can't.
Does that help with stress?
1,000%.
Yeah. What about have you ever smoked a joint while having sex?
Of course, bro.
No.
You smoke all the time.
I would think that would be a good idea, no?
I mean, I can. It's just like it's very complicated. No one's trying to get burn holes in the sheets. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, it gets complicated.
So you smoke it before sex?
I smoke it before and after.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
All the time.
Aspen, you want to get high? Aspen, let's go. You want to get high? Aspen?
He gets high?
Oh, that's his whole. Aspen, let's go.
That's his whole
Aspen,
thing.
get up,
He's
asshole.
like, bro, that's all he does.
Well, we're getting
Get
high. Why did someone say so? Aspen, let's go.
Aspen.
I love to get high. There you go.
So let's talk about Aspen. He's the richest dog
in La Jolla, in Southern California, and Las Vegas.
He's three-legged.
How can you tell?
How could you tell?
And he
got
has
3
he
legs.
has his own chauffeur.
There's 4 of them.
4 of them.
Yeah.
Where do they drive him to?
To
Wherever
his
you wanna
office
go,
and
basically.
back, basically, and wherever he wants to go eat.
What does he usually eat?
Steak and fucking filet mignon and wagyu.
What's his favorite restaurants?
One of his favorite restaurants is Javier's.
Yeah.
He loves Ken Sushi. He loves Carbone.
Carbone.
Yeah, they love him at Carbone. Like when you go to Carbone in Vegas and you see a 3-legged dog and everyone's pissed off, what's this dog doing here? But they lay down napkins for him.
And he'll sit on the table and just have a nice little meal.
Oh yeah, they love him at fucking Delilah. They love him at fucking Poppy Steak in Vegas. They love him everywhere. Because if I
Vegas
can't come,
is cool though.
If he can't come, I'm not going.
Because you never go anywhere without him?
No, I have a service dog card. Like if I don't have issues, who does?
Yeah.
Right?
Mhm.
That's why I tell people like I don't have issues. What the fuck? He has 3 legs. I got more issues than him. All right, and I got a service dog card, so they can't ask any questions, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
He's 3 years old?
Yeah. No, he's 5 now. You gonna come to his $1 million birthday party this year?
He has a $1 million birthday party?
Every fucking year. He throws a $1 million birthday party for himself.
When is it?
Oh, whenever I say, because he can't read a calendar. Because a lot of times it's like it's
you ever have
earmuffs, asshole. Only one muff that have one arm on the front. So one ear. All right. Anyway,
You ever have like 2 parties a year for him?
I mean, we have parties, but one's totally for him. So
Yeah.
it's
And why $1 million?
because no one needs a poor dog. Like he's stupid. He wastes my money for no damn reason. But
He doesn't have a.
what's cooler than saying your dog has $1 million birthday party every fucking year?
Yeah.
Nothing.
How much is his net worth?
His net worth is $150 million now.
Yeah.
He's poor.
150 million.
Yeah. Is he gonna be the first billionaire dog?
He'll be the first. I mean, if I can sell that other leg, I'm pretty sure he will be. The kangaroo Aspen.
Why'd you name him Aspen?
No, he came like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How much do you think he spends on food every year?
300-400 grand.
Yeah.
Thanks to fucking Jabron, you dick.
That's a lot of people don't make $300,000-400,000.
Because they're stupid.
Because they're stupid.
You think if you don't make $300,000-400,000 a year, you're stupid?
You're a loser.
A loser.
Sorry.
You think it's easy to make $300,000-400,000 a year?
I think it's the easiest thing you could ever do in your life.
Shouldn't you be making that like at least like a month or a week?
I mean, they have to start at 300-400 grand a year.
Yeah.
Because in the end, it's fucking in California. Your 400 is 170.
Mm-hmm.
And you still got roommates.
Why do you say? So you think making money is easy?
It's the easiest thing you ever do.
Why?
It's all easy money. It's all easy
How did you become so good at making money?
Because I don't care about it. But I love it more than anything.
You rather have money than sex?
Yeah, of course.
Let me think about it. Abso-fucking-lutely.
So they told
I
you
can
like
jerk off in a cup and get
if they
a kid.
if they gave you like how much is your money goal? Like how much money would you want?
I just see all the billionaires and all I have guts.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So I think there's a point where they came. It's like going to the gym and then you see some guy, all his veins are fucking popping out, and then you watch him get his Honda Civic. I'm like, you're a loser.
Would you bone a guy for money? What if they gave you like all the money in the world?
He said no.
All the money in the world?
If they gave you
I'll fuck him right now. I'll fuck him right now for all the money in the world. I'd rather be fucking gay than you talk shit to me with all the money in the world.
So I'm
not gay.
So you would bang a guy for 100 million?
No, you said all the money in the world.
Well, what about for $1 billion?
Fuck no.
10 billion? You'll fuck a guy? 10 billion.
No, still no.
No? So what's the number?
No.
Everybody has a price.
Damn right. You're fucking talking fucking Ted DiBiase. Fucking WWF.
Yeah.
Everyone has a price.
Yeah.
You guys don't know about Ted DiBiase.
I heard
everyone has a price. Now,
so like let's say, think about the 3 hottest girls you've ever seen in your lifetime. Can you think about them?
Yeah,
Right now?
Aspen.
Yeah. So like the hottest, like let's say let's say you're single and like let's maybe go back 10 years
We're
ago.
all
or
single.
what. Yeah. Why do you say that?
I'm not married, but I love my girl.
Would you still like it? Like if you see
I mean, we're all single. We're all single as that we're fucking individuals.
Okay. So like let's say if you go out tonight with Albert and you see like a super smoking hot girl and she's like an 11, not even a 10. Would you like say hi and kind of like shake her hand?
Nope.
No? Why not?
I mean, I acquire currency. I disregard females.
What if she goes up to you and says hi? And
Suck my dick, bitch, but not literally.
Oh. So you wouldn't.
I mean,
so you
little Ace is never gonna run Big Ace.
Mm-hmm.
And trust me, Little Ace.
Like how?
Just saying, man. I'm Indian. I'm not well endowed. I'm well endowed here.
Is it like?
Nah, we're not doing that, motherfucker.
He's not. He ain't
You
answering
got
that
a rule
question.
here? Fuck you, asshole. Hey, I'm not fucking shy about it. I'm not shy about it.
Is it at least like 6?
We talking centimeters or inches? Hard or soft?
So
I got a tongue like a lion.
So you don't. So like if you go out, you don't talk to girls?
Oh, as of this day, I definitely don't because I'm in big trouble.
With his girl,
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah. But why'd you get in trouble though? Because of that picture with a 5?
A 5.13, I think maybe. Yeah. It's like pi. It's like 6.14.
So she was an ugly girl then.
And old.
Why were you taking pictures there?
Someone took a picture on my phone of me with them. I don't know. Sam, do we know what happened there?
He's like, I don't even know what happened.
You
He
weren't even
trying to-
there. It's on my phone. I'm like, this doesn't make sense. But I wouldn't wrap myself off on that. It's like, are you kidding me? I was Winking Man and my boy Maverick.
But he said you fuck 10s.
Only 10s.
So if a 10, if like we go out and a 10, like today, like maybe you're.
We're loyal men, me and
Yeah?
you. So absolutely not. We're loyal men. I don't play that game. They know who I am. They know who you are.
People recognize you all the time.
He's
huh?
like, that's it.
Yeah, they recognize the dog first.
Oh, that's right. He's more famous than you.
Well, absolutely, man.
Yeah.
The fame is just for the money.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
But it's for the money so we can do good for our families and other people.
Right. So why do you
have nice yellow Ferraris out front?
Yeah, well, I took your spot.
Bitch. Go do it again.
I always.
When you come to UTC Mall, your spot will be ready to go.
Yeah.
You'll be right behind Jabron.
Jabron.
How long have you known Jabron?
Yeah, nice catch, bitch. I've known him fucking like a year.
Oh, really?
He's the most homosexual man I know. His name's Jabron.
Is he bi? Is he bi?
No, he's straight as he's
He
straight
be
on
going
there.
crazy. He be saying whatever
But like
come to
in
his
the gay way.
head at this
Yeah.
point.
We're getting canceled today, huh? We're getting fucking canceled. Fuck you.
Hey, I heard you say that you do whatever.
I think fucking it's coming back. You know how we went to fucking like totally fucking canceling? I think we're coming back now. I don't think it's happening anymore. Like you're gonna cancel me. Everyone who gets canceled makes more money the next year. Good job canceling everyone. Poor people cancel people.
Yeah.
Rich people raise other rich people up.
Make sure we're live. So
He said,
I
"Make
heard
sure
you
we're
say
live."
one time. You said that you do whatever you want
Whenever I want.
because you're dope and because you can.
Two things I do. I do it because I can and because I'm fucking dope. Because it's dope.
Define dope. Why are you dope?
I mean, I'm smoking weed in a Stefano Ricci fucking jacket with a three-legged fucking dog with a
three-legged fucking dog.
Harry Winston fucking bracelet with flawless diamonds because you know I'm fucking flawless. And I got a chrome fucking roll of flush fucking watch, and my fucking skin tone's like super caramel. It's fucking dope. My hair looks good. I got some Louis on. Hey, I just bought these from you. Some Stefano.
How much are those? How much are those jeans?
$3,000.
$3,000?
Poor people. See, I'll prove
The
it.
zipper comes down a lot, huh?
Yeah, but see, I'll pour it. See how poor it is.
Well, that kind of makes the
because you don't have to care.
Nothing happens to it.
Yeah. My point is, like, I don't care about this, or this.
How much is a watch?
It's just poor people. It's like 50.
Yeah.
I care about the dog.
What about your bracelet?
That's 150.
And
But it's going to my daughter.
What about your jacket?
I'm guessing 7, 8, 9.
Yeah. But your dog's 150 million.
Yeah, because rich dog, poor dad.
You wouldn't sell your dog?
Nigga, please.
Nigga, please.
I'd sell him for fucking, I don't know, a bigger penis.
Why do you want a bigger penis for?
I really don't. I just want to like not fucking insult my hand all the time.
You wouldn't.
I wouldn't sell him for anything.
Yeah. So you're right now. Are you have a girlfriend, right?
I have a fiance.
Fiance. You getting married?
Once I have one more kid.
Is that part of the deal?
Oh, it's not no deal. I think no man gets married
part
before
of
you
the
have two
deal?
kids. There's an insurance policy in place, and I'm an insurance guy. When I have 2 kids, I'll marry you. Other than that, even then I'm going to think about it. I don't marry anyone before I have 2 fucking kids.
How many kids do you have so far?
We have 1. Give me 1 more, and I'll think about it.
Is that the only kid you have? Just one? A girl?
Yep.
Well, you have a girl. You know they say that when you have girls, you have a lot of testosterone. You feel like you have a lot of testosterone. You want me to take a hit?
We'll see if I get another fucking kid. I'll let you know.
You guys think I should have a hit?
He passed him the
Just
joint.
fucking smoke it. Stop being a whore all the time.
Stop being a whore all the time.
I smoked that whole damn joint myself. It was fun. Great.
Here you go.
No, thank you, Albert. You're so kind.
I'm not a like Brad Lee that didn't want to have any. Oh, yeah, he didn't let you smoke there?
He didn't ask.
He didn't ask.
Yeah.
You know I beat his ass after the podcast, right?
On what?
No, I didn't. He would beat my ass, just like you would. I'm Indian. I'm smart. I'm not fucking...
You don't fight.
Yeah. Yeah, but we need smart people.
Oh, yeah. We have too many dumb people around.
I seen you throw Rolexes at Javier's like no tomorrow. Like, what? Why do you do that?
It's the acquisition that's important to me. When I drive off a fucking car lot with my fucking brand new car, 5 seconds later, I'm on the phone with Praz. What's next? I'm driving off the car lot. I don't give a fuck. I am a man that can acquire and attain and conquer.
What if like, let's say right now you made a mistake, or maybe you didn't make a mistake, but something happened, you lost all your money, let's say, and all you had was like your Rolex. Would you still throw it and give it away to somebody?
I'd pawn it.
You pawn it?
I'd pawn it and go place a bet immediately.
How much money do you make a day gambling?
My company does 80 to 120 a year daily. And gambling, you can't do it daily because you fucking go up and down. But overall, last year wasn't great for me.
How much do you make a month gambling on average?
You know, I know you think that's a good. It's not a good question. It's impossible. It goes in such crazy cycles that I can't average the last 20 years.
But you always win though.
No, I win about 78% of the time.
So that
2023 was not good for me.
Did you make money still though?
Yes, but
how much?
Only because I knew when not to gamble. Think about that.
So I kind of fucked up by gambling
That
again.
Super Bowl bet kicked his ass. That's why.
Because I wish
I
I
mean,
had
I got
shoes.
my shoes.
Yeah,
but
you cheated.
2023, I still won, but I think I probably won like 200, 300, 400 grand.
Really?
It's fucking embarrassing. For me, it's a losing year.
Yeah.
And I've had 2 losing years in the last fucking 20. And I would consider 2023 one of them, even though I made $400 grand. But I was smart enough.
That's not even, that barely covers
his food. I know.
Yeah.
I fucking know. I have to hear it every fucking day. Trust me. I'm fucking tired of it. Okay? I know. The thing is, I knew when not to gamble. I knew I wasn't hot. I knew NASCAR wasn't fucking right. I knew that this wasn't my year.
Yeah.
So some fucking reason, the fucking experience. I mean, I'm a double down guy. I'm martingale.
Yeah.
Martingale theory. I'm your double down guy. I knew better than to double down every bet last year. I'd been fucking broke. My experience taught me last year that even on about $400 grand a year gambling, which everyone's like, wow, it's embarrassing for me. That's a losing year. Right. I've lost 2 in the last 20. But something told me not to fucking bet.
Yeah.
That I didn't have it wasn't right. Now I know this year, after Kyle Larson won the Pennzoil 400 and I call Praz, I think this is the year it's back. You know, whether it's bell bottoms or camo, everything fucking comes back in style. And NASCAR was my major moneymaker over a decade's worth of time. They introduced a Gen 3 car. You have no idea what I'm talking about. For the last fucking 2 years, I can't predict a winner. And now this year, when I see that Kyle Larson won the fucking Pennzoil 400, I call my business partner. I think we're back, baby.
Right.
Because it's 6-1 odds. It's 8-1 odds. You bet a basketball game, football game, you pay $110 to win 100. If you bet NASCAR, you bet 100 to win 600. And I don't fucking bet fucking $100. Now think about that. I can go bet 15 grand this week on Kyle Larson. If he wins, I get $105,000. And what's 15 grand to me or you? It's like, it's not even the books, right?
Yeah.
Imagine doing 30. Now you're like, still. Right? We sell some for a little more for what you do, I do, blah, blah, blah. We got an extra 10, 15. We know we're going to have. Now we got a 40 on it. Nigga, please.
Nigga,
I got
please.
420 fucking grand off $40,000 that me and you don't give a fuck about. Don't give a fuck. But if we put 40 grand on that fucking game, we win 36 grand. NFL, NBA, basketball.
Yeah.
So for me, I feel like now NASCAR is going to come back from this year.
Yeah. Hey, so you have a daughter. How old is she?
She's two years and 2 months.
Is she like your? Do you like her a lot? Like, is she like your kind of your main?
I have a tattoo on the back of my neck that says "I'll kill it for you, Delilah."
Is she?
I will kill it for you, Delilah.
Is she the person you love the most?
Yes, absolutely.
And
it's so much so it's fucking scary. It actually keeps me a little bit, makes me have distance from her.
Yeah.
I love her that much. You know when you love something so much, it's fucking hard to get close.
Yeah.
Because if I fucking tip over that fucking line, motherfucker, it's not gonna be good for nobody. And I've already tipped over that line. But I love deeper than you've ever imagined in your life.
You have something set in place for her, like
everything.
Money that you put aside.
Everything I have goes to her.
Everything.
Yeah, he has a great godfather named Praz, so everything is going to her.
Like if something happens to you today, like how much money do you leave her?
200.
200 million?
Yep.
How do you feel about that?
Not well. Not well. It's embarrassing. It's fucking embarrassing. It's not. I don't feel good about it at all.
$200 million.
Are you gonna? Or what are you doing for that?
Just like shit like this, getting exposure, so I can take care of my family, so I can help you take care of yours, just like you're doing.
What's the number that you would feel?
$1 billion.
$1 billion. How important is exposure in anything you do?
You know, I've always been. You know, they always say your net worth is your network. And for me, I've been able to do it almost by myself with a great team with no exposure. But seeing what you motherfuckers are doing, I realize I need fucking exposure to make more money for my family. But you're also helping other families make more money. It's fucking beautiful. But There's no but. It's that if you do a podcast like this, you got content for fucking months. I invented the internet with other people, and it's just like shit. We had to fucking post every day and write every day and do video every day. And now I see like, you motherfuckers just fucking shoot a video. And you do fucking 4 podcasts. You got fucking content for fucking 4 months.
For a few months.
So you don't have to do this every fucking day. And I was tired of it. I didn't want to be online. I wanted to be. If you see pointguardu.com, the last post on Instagram was rest in peace to me.
Yeah.
I wanted to stop being that guy for Arizona basketball that had to be available 24 hours a day on the internet, 7 days a week. And now I see you guys like, shit, I should never stop. And understood and invented this model where
Podcasting.
you can fucking post here.
Exactly.
You can do a
That's why you
podcast like
see
this.
us,
You got
you know it.
months worth of content. Me and you. Which means we can go do our job tomorrow and make sure there's
You
cameras
consider
there.
this work?
Nah, nothing's work for me.
Nothing's work for you?
I don't work with my hands.
You work with your head?
I'm a Jedi Knight, baby.
What's a Jedi Knight?
Means all I use is my mind, and I don't need anything else. Give me a cell phone and my brain.
How do people get a mind like you, though?
You don't. But also, I'm not the smartest guy in the world. I take a lot of risks, and I just go against.
What's the craziest risk you've taken?
Jesus Christ! I mean, legal or illegal?
Uh-oh, we're going to talk about drug trafficking.
Let's do illegal.
Illegal.
Yeah.
Trafficked a bunch of mushrooms from fucking over Mexico to Colorado.
Did that make you a lot of money?
Hell yeah. It was a better time, though.
How much money did that make you?
Probably $1 million.
How old were you?
Oh, this was way past the statute of limitations.
So you're good.
Oh, 100%. I was not talking about it. I'm not stupid.
So what do you what would you do? What would you do to win? Like, cause you're a winner.
Besides, the other one is, I had no idea. I'm in Tucson. Right. And weed in December is $600 a pound, but it looks like kind. It looks like straight fucking the best weed you ever had.
Yeah.
I definitely trafficked with Ace a few times to Tucson. This is probably what he about to talk about right now.
Trafficked a bunch of mushrooms from fucking over Mexico to Colorado.
Did that make you a lot of money?
Hell yeah. It was a better time, though.
How much money did that make you?
Probably $1 million.
How old were you?
Oh, this was way past the statute of limitations.
So you're good.
Oh, 100%. I was not talking about it. I'm not stupid.
So what do you what would you do? What would you do to win? Like, cause you're a winner.
Besides, the other one is, I had no idea. I'm in Tucson, and weed in December is $600 a pound, but it looks like kind. It looks like straight fucking the best weed you ever had.
Yeah.
You do that shit in fucking July, that shit for $600 a pound, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Not cool. So I lived with this fucking guy. We'll just call him Chuck. We go to the airport, and he's got to go to New York. And he puts a fucking 2 pounds of weed into a fucking teddy bear.
Oh, yeah, I remember this story.
Takes him out, Target, puts the 2 pounds of weed in there, puts his fabric softener in there, sews up the fucking bear. Niggas can't sew. So apparently he can. And then he puts it back in the fucking box it came in.
Niggas can't
Puts it in another fucking box. Wraps it in gift wrapping in a bow. And he puts it right through X-ray at the airport. And I'm right behind him. And I'm like, this can't be possible. Oh no, it's possible. And then you're on the flight, you can smell the weed. It's fucking horrible. It's Edgar Allan Poe, Telltale Heart. Who can't smell this weed right now? I can definitely smell it. And we got there.
How much did that make?
Oh, you make about $5-6 grand a pound there. So this guy was like 5 pounds later by myself. Madison Square Garden, meeting my boy. This is a long time ago, past the statute of limitations. So go fuck yourself, cops. I mean, I don't mean that. I love you, police. I mean, you know, I mean pigs. But anyway, fucking dope. That was dope. Fuck you. I do not like you at all. Come after me, I'll see you again.
You don't like cops?
I hate police.
Why?
I fucking, they do not like brown people. They're racist as fuck. The KKK never disbanded. They became the cops.
Exactly.
Everyone
And
understands
judges.
that. First time you heard that in your life. The KKK never disbanded. They became the police. Fuck you, you fucking racists.
Yeah, we
So
still
anyway,
agree with that.
I get the fucking weed there, man. And I'm like, holy shit, I'm getting paid this much shit. And a teddy bear and shit. Oh, it was amazing. Fucking loved it. But yeah, I've taken, you asked me for the risks. Those are the risks I've taken.
Yeah.
We also drug traffic in
Traffic
Tucson
drugs
a
on
lot.
fucking airplanes. A long time ago. And also, this is a fictional story.
What's the biggest risk you've ever taken recently?
Telling fictional stories on a podcast that never happened. I'm just a storyteller. I would never do these things that I just mentioned. They're completely
Yeah,
fake.
right, Ace.
And haha.
We know what you did,
go ahead.
bro.
What's the
That's a disclaimer.
But they
what's
are
the biggest?
fictional.
It's called a fucking disclaimer right there, right?
What's the biggest risk you taken recently?
It's always gambling, and the biggest risk you take and we take are people.
People.
Every fucking day, people are the only variable you'll have in life. You know this. You have these people. They're and 90 fucking percent of them, I'm guessing, are fucking dope because you vetted them. 10% of them just don't. Oh, Albert, I want to be part of this. I want a Ferrari. Fuck you. Fuck you. You're not getting your Ferrari, bitch. Okay. You can if you do it the right way, but when you start with I want to be Albert Preciado and I want a Ferrari, it's the wrong fucking place to be. And the totem pole goes higher and higher because you're on top. And now you have more and more people to take care of. This motherfucker comes in down here trying to replace these motherfuckers wanting a Ferrari. Who the fuck do you think you are? You ain't that motherfucker right there. That's for fucking sure. So people are the only variable in life. I have life figured out except fucking people, but we're getting better at it.
Right. So why do you think that people...
On that note, we watched about an hour of it. I'm gonna do some other shit, but I'll holler at y'all next time, man. Appreciate y'all stopping by and shit. That's the homie Ace, and he got a lot of shit going on, but yeah, motherfucker crazy. But yeah, man. Another day, another dollar, same toilet. Different shit, though. I'll holler at y'all later, man.